Welcome everyone to the stream. How's everyone doing? Happy September 1st. And from what I understand, Jacques was telling us where he is at. It's spring. That's pretty crazy. But for us here, we have 21 days, maybe 20 left of summer. And why am I talking about the weather? I don't know. It's what we do. How's everyone doing? What's going on, JT? Good to see you. Good morning. Morning, Den. Matt Tracker Ruben is here. P90, good to see you. Good morning, Raj. What up? We got the mighty Mutron. All our favorites are here. Batstan. Need to do the intro. Splice in awkward Randy's mom stuff. I don't want to do that. Randy's mom is not to be made fun of, mister. It's a serious topic. We have lots of fun talking about Randy's mom. Speaking of Randy's mom, Randy's dad. What's up, Randy's dad?
What's going on? We're talking about the whiz, not the good whiz though.
No, it's gonna be like this. Is it? This is how we're gonna do today.
That's how it's going down.
Well, you had a great idea. You said, hey, we watch these movies separate. Why don't we torture ourselves and do it together?
Yeah.
So I thought that's a great idea. So
friends that suffer together stay together?
Yes, indeed. So we watched The Wizard along with a bunch of awesome channel members in the Discord Wednesday night. And I usually watch it once a year, at least once a year. But what were your thoughts? When was the last time you saw The Wiz?
Years ago? I think I watched it over the pandemic. Probably because I was bored.
The pandemic, yeah. And a special shout out to Matt Rubin for saving the day on that faithful night, because I did rent it, but it wasn't able to be streamed over Discord. So there you go. Thank you, Matt, for that.
Jay doesn't understand technology. It's okay.
Yeah. It's like when you back in the day when Force Awakens came out on the iPhone. I remember I was running a Star Wars page on Facebook trying to grab screenshots, and it was just black. It was like, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, oh, there you go. That's the rule. Miss Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy was good. It was a great show. Let's hope they leave it where it is and don't bring it back. I don't want to reboot. Let's just have those fond memories and move on. Wow, we are here to talk about The Wizard, Will. Let's bring up the wiki. So for those of you who have not seen The Wizard, this is the Wikipedia. A quick synopsis of the film. It's a 1989 American family film directed by Todd Holland. This was his directorial debut. It stars Fred Savage, Jenny Lewis, Beau Bridges, Christian Slater, and Luke Edwards. And this is in there. It was Toby Maguire's uncredited film debut. Who gives a lips? Anyway, so the plot of The Wizard is simple. We're going to go through that, but this is, again, the definition. For those of you who have not seen it, 7-year-old Jimmy Woods lives with PTSD after his twin sister Jennifer drowned 2 years earlier. I think it was sooner than 2 years, but they don't really say. Prone to randomly wandering away from home, perpetually carries around a lunchbox while frequently repeating the word California.
California?
Yeah. Jennifer's death caused Jimmy's family to split. He lives with his mother, Christine, and stepfather, Mr. Bateman. Mr. Bateman doesn't even have a name. It's just Mr. Bateman.
Hey, Mr. Bateman.
His older half-brothers, Nick, played by Christian Slater, and Corey, played by Fred Savage, live with their father, Sam, played by Beau Bridges. Christine and Mr. Bateman decide to commit Jimmy to an institution. Unwilling to allow it, Corey sneaks Jimmy out of the institution, and they head to California. Now, I'm kind of confused, Will.
Mm-hmm.
We see Corey wanting to leave, and he's showing a dartboard at his wall, which is a map of the U.S.
Yep.
So I'm kind of confused. Wherever he hits, is that where he's going? with Jimmy,
I guess
or
that's the initial plan, I think, but it definitely got changed up as time went on.
okay, so he's going there with Jimmy. But if he hit New Jersey, that would have been the plan. But because Jimmy wants to go to California, they changed routes.
I guess so, yeah. Because then they discover that Jimmy is like some video game legend, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that's where we're at. And Nick and Sam resolve to bring the boys back while competing with Mr. Putnam, who's, I guess, what would you call him? A bounty hunter? Not really. What is he? What's Putnam? What is he?
He's essentially a bounty hunter, but like the dude is like the most like least intimidating bounty hunter ever. Like the dude, I hate the character. He's so goofy looking.
Yeah, I think the name is great because Putnam Putz, right? That's what you think of. Cutthroat says he's a spy. Yeah, he brings in lost children and he gets paid for it, but he's not law enforcement. He's just kind of works for himself. I guess he's like a private eye kind of character.
Yeah, maybe that's a better way to say it. Like he is hunting these kids down to bring them back because there's like a ransom for bringing them back. But
yeah,
because he says it to the dad too. He's like, "You're not getting my money."
So according to Wikipedia, it says that they're competing against Mr. Putnam, a greedy bounty hunter hired by Mr. Bateman, who's the stepfather, and Christine to find Jimmy. So how much is... Yeah, we'll just read a couple more lines. This is just for anyone who hasn't seen it or hasn't seen it in a long time. At that faithful bus station, Jimmy and Corey meet Haley Brooks, a teenager on her way home from Reno. When they discovered that Jimmy is insanely talented at playing video games, Haley informs Corey of Video Armageddon and Universal Studios Hollywood with the grand prize of $50K, and they're on their way. That's basically where they're going to get the money for. I don't know, no other reason than to get the money, but how would they register?
The idea is like it's running away money, right? Because like she's also homeless, and they're like, oh, if we get $50K, we can do whatever we want. We can go wherever we want, you know.
Which, I mean, a lot of younger kids, younger teens can relate to that, right? They want to. I think all of us at one point wanted to run away from home, and I mean, these guys really take it to the next step, though. They really run. Like they're in Utah, I think. In Utah to California is like a lifetime away.
Yeah.
Right. What's going on, Mo? How you doing? The original Dog the Bounty Hunter, Putnam? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So here is the poster minus the credits. It was very difficult for me to find a nice, crisp, clean image of the poster with the credits. I couldn't really find one. So
probably for good reason.
No. I think I might have to do some I might have to eBay this poster and take down that horrible Last Jedi poster that I have framed in my house. I think that's got to happen.
I forgot you have that.
I know.
I'm not favorite Star Wars movie.
I'm not proud of it. But it's there nonetheless. So I think we have to replace that. Okay, so going back to this, and then we're going to go through all the characters and talk about the actors. Going through this again, what were your thoughts by the end? As good as you remember? Worse? What do you think?
I personally don't think most of this movie's good.
Most of it's good?
Not good. I did not. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing, even as a kid, that drew me to it is the ending. We won't go that far yet, but like that is by far my favorite part of this whole movie. The rest of it, I don't know. It's pretty forgettable.
Really?
Personally.
Interesting. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, Matt says Putnam specialized in missing children. I have him arrested after the first recovery. Oh, and what he does, how he picks up Jimmy. We all saw that in the casino scene. It's a little rough. Just saying. Okay, so I would say, I guess I'm the opposite. After watching this again this last time, I seem to like it more and more every time I watch it. It's wholesome. It's heartfelt. There's a lot of heart to it. I like the family aspect of it, which is a shock that I would say all those things are why I like it. And I feel the more I see it, the video games are important, of course, but that matters less and less. Is that weird that I'm saying that? It might
No,
be
because
weird.
that's your feelings.
Yeah.
Like, it's not weird that you felt that way. I just felt like there was a disconnect. Like, I I don't think any of the family really cared about the kids in general.
There's Jimmy. No, and it's weird. We talked about that during the screening too, how the mother character, and let me bring up the characters here. The mother is played by Wendy Phillips, who's Christine Bateman. I think Mr. Bateman only says Christine like once in the whole film, but her in particular, and we talked about this too, right? Her in particular, she's very cold.
Yeah.
I mean, she lost her daughter, okay, and
Well,
that's understandable, but
they wanted to institutionalize Jimmy.
yeah,
And then,
yeah.
like, through that whole movie, like, yes, like, he's a little, like, distant and he doesn't really, like, talk. But, like, he doesn't seem like he's, like, shut down or anything. Like, he's eating. He still enjoys playing video games. It just seems like, to me, more so that his parents just didn't pay attention to him.
I think it's a time capsule too, of the late '80s because I mean I don't want to get too deep into this. You certainly would know more about this than I would, but if there was something wrong with the child or they weren't acting normal, it was very common back then to just send them away, put them away. Instead of, I mean, we didn't have the medications we do now. We didn't have the psychology that we do now to understand why. That there's nothing wrong with him. He's just gone through this incredibly traumatic experience. And much like a lot of boomer parents, don't know how to talk to the kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't know how to sit him down and say, okay, honey, like, let's talk about your sister's death. No, it's just you shut it off, right?
Mhm.
That's just the generation. It really is. I really believe it is. And I experienced a lot of that growing up. And that's not an insult to my parents' generation. It's just a fact that that's how they were raised,
Yeah,
a lot
no,
of them, right?
you're not
So
wrong. Yeah. But I
that's the
just
way
feel
it
like,
was.
yeah, maybe it's just coming from that. Maybe, like, people have a better understanding back then. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just felt like that disconnect. Like, the only reason they're coming to get the kid who's really just because they're still feel that parental responsibility, but they just never really had that love or connect for Jimmy.
Yeah. I mean, it's Bo Bridges, who's his character. Well, he's the dad. Where is he here? He's Sam Woods. Yeah. So Sam, he cares. He really, really cares about his son. Um, and who's Christian Slater? Christian Slater's Nick Woods. So
His
Nick
brother,
and
right?
yeah, Nick's the older brother, and then Corey is the middle child. But they really care. That whole side of the family really cares. But it seems like the mom doesn't really care, and the stepfather, Mr. Bateman, it
Really
seems
doesn't
to
care.
he really doesn't care. It's just like this kid's a thorn in my side. I just got this new wife. I'm trying to hang out with her. Now we got this kid aggravating us. Put him away, kind of thing. I have no doubt that he was probably responsible for the most part for the decision in making Christine put Jimmy in the institution.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So here's our crew. So we have Corey, Jimmy, and Haley. This is our hero characters. Um, Now there's a lot of video games. Let's talk about the games because that's what most people know this for. This film has been criticized for being called a 90-minute Nintendo commercial. What do you think about that?
Uh there's a lot of games shown, but I don't feel like it's always consistent. But that is that's the main thing about the whole movie, I felt, right? Is getting Jimmy to this video game competition because he connects with video games. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be weird not to show any video games.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like they used to say back in the day, the Transformers the movie was a toy commercial. I mean, yeah, sure, but there's still a great story there, and the movie still holds up today.
Mhm.
I would say the same for this. Sure, there's Nintendo placement in there, but if you look at the games, we had what Chase HQ, we had Ninja Gaiden, Double
Yep.
Dragon. These aren't Nintendo games.
No, no, they're just the more popular titles of the time.
Yeah, some of them are shown on the NES. Chase HQ is an arcade game. Double Dragon was the NES version. Ninja
Yep.
Gaiden was the NES version. But these aren't games made by Nintendo.
No.
So I never really understood that, aside from perhaps the ending of the film.
Well, that's the biggest. I think most people who remember this movie don't remember really the rest of it, but they remember that reveal.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll definitely get to the end. Of course, I'm sure everybody knows the ending with the crazy guy. So here's a really cool scene. This is what I'm talking about. It's the acting. Look, the acting is a little over the top. Of course, it is. But we got Bo Bridges here and Sam, and they're traveling. Of course, they're staying at crappy hotels along the way, trying to find brother slash son. And Bo Bridges starts off insulting Christian Slater by saying, the typical boomer style, right? Like, oh, you don't need much intelligence to play those games, right? And Christian Slater kind of just shrugs it off, like, you bought it for me. And Christian Slater's playing Turtles. And then it's funny, in the morning, Christian Slater gets woken up by his dad, who's going crazy playing Turtles.
That was a nice moment where it's like, yeah, he's starting to kind of get that connection with his son because
Yeah.
he's also very distant from his son Christian Slater as well too, because
Yep.
they rupture that where he's like, you never listen to me and yada yada yada, right? Like
Yeah. So,
the
sorry, go ahead.
struggling dad, like a solo dad, and it's not like
Yeah.
I don't think you said like he obviously loves his kids, but he's not overly a great parent at the time when we first are introduced to him.
I just sense a lot of this in the script that it's the parents don't know how to show affection. That's
Yeah,
very clear. I
and I
mean,
guess
you can,
that is a thing of the time too, though,
yeah,
right? Like
absolutely.
men are supposed to be more masculine and not show affection, and even to your kids and stuff, and it was seemed as weird. So I guess I can
Yeah.
understand for the time.
So instead of talking about, Christian Slater's at the rebellious age, he's, a late teenager, I'm assuming. So he's staying out drinking, taking his dad's truck when his dad's asleep, coming home hammered and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And instead of, like, at the early one of the early scenes at the breakfast table, instead of addressing the fact that Jimmy has been institutionalized, Sam doesn't want to talk about that. He just yells at his kid because that's all he knows, right? He doesn't want to deal with the problem of his other son being institutionalized. He just wants to talk to Sam. Why did you take the truck? Why are you out drinking? And they're yelling at each other. And that's when Corey finally says, I'm out of here. And he decides to run away.
yeah.
Matt says, Jay, you have to remember the general audience wouldn't know who made what game. No, I know. But Matt, what I'm saying is later reviews, when this became a cult classic, I'm talking like 90s, 2000s, it was dismissed very quickly by being a Nintendo commercial. Do you know what I mean? When I would say it's more a commercial for the industry, maybe for trying to get the industry to be taken a little bit more serious than it was.
I think that would probably be more it. Yeah, like less directly for Nintendo and more about like revitalizing the gaming industry, right?
Right. Because even then, I would say the NES era is directly pointed at kids in terms of target sales. So to see Bo Bridges, he doesn't know how to use the controller. He's going like this every time he jumps, like a parent would, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just very funny, right? It's very comedic. Oh, look at the old dad trying to play Nintendo, right? Because that was it was a kids thing. Early Christian
Yeah,
Slater, yeah.
the over like they still do it in like movies today and stuff, but the very very pronounced like button pressing and stuff like that, like it kind of
Yeah.
bugs me a bit when they overdo it.
It's like when I see somebody in a movie have a guitar on and they clearly don't know chords,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if you did a bit more research, you could have learned 3 chords, so it kind of looks like you're playing. I feel like the same with the controller, right? It's like sit down and play a game for 5 minutes, and you realize that this thumb here doesn't do this because that's the direction. This is the one that does that.
Yeah,
Matt says Bullbridge's character was struggling. I mean, look at the casserole burnt. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sensing that the split with Christine was fairly new. And according to the Wikipedia, it's because of, Jennifer's death. So yeah, like Will said, he's really struggling trying to raise two boys, and I guess Jimmy goes back and forth. It's never really clear as to how that works. They don't really say if Jimmy goes between the two homes. Didn't you
It
said it,
felt
I
like
think. I think you said in the Discord.
me.
Wasn't Jimmy like part of some of the kids are not like they're not all from the same mother and father, right? That's what I think you were saying.
That's what I thought is that like Christian Slater's was like kind of like a stepbrother more so. That's how I understood it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's Mr. Bateman's. That's a stepdad. And we were joking in the Discord. This guy plays angry dad in every single movie he's in. Fine actor. But yeah, who is that? Let's get the actor list up. That's Sam McMurray. I didn't know his name. Yeah, he plays Mr. Bateman. He doesn't have a first name in the movie. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like he is definitely like a character you've seen in a bunch of movies, but he doesn't play very prominent roles. He's just kind of like the background dude.
Yeah, he's always the same kind of character. Chimmy Chan, what's up, man? Nice of you to say. Good morning, Master Bateman. Oh my God, look at this guy. Look at
Matt.
this guy. Phew. Woo-wee. Okay, so let's go through. Where are we here? Let's go through some of the characters. Okay, so back to this slide. And again, I can't show any video, guys. You understand why. So we're doing slides. So Haley. So they meet Haley.
Yep.
And she's from Reno, and we kind of came to the conclusion that she was a runaway herself.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
talks. Go
She
ahead.
mentions
Sorry.
it like she's like running, like she's playing. She ran away, and she kind of like just kind of slums around like the Vegas Strip. That's why she knows where to go, I guess, and that's why they decided to follow her and stuff, right?
Yeah, and she's a kid. She's a bit older than the other two guys here, but she's still definitely a kid. So that's a really weird kind of thing to picture, like someone who's like 14 or 15 or whatever, just traveling around. Like, where do you get money? Where do you sleep? What are you doing? But she talks about her father being a truck driver, which
Mhm.
I believe is true. And then she says her mother split very early on, and she's a Vegas showgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, another theme within her family of another broken home. So that's what I mean. How this stuff is it's very heartfelt, and I think there is a lot of heart here because it's another broken home. So she's all screwed up. So she's running away too, and just happens to be these two guys from a broken home. And then they decide to go to the video championships, video Armageddon, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, it's just like they notice Jimmy has like this potential or whatever in it. And they're like, yeah, like let's get him to go, play in this video game tournament that they saw. I think didn't they see it in a magazine?
Lucas, one of Lucas' cronies, was sitting there at the cafe by himself, and they showed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But it was in a magazine, right?
it was in a magazine. Yeah. Nico Tronis, good morning, my friend. Happy 4 cups to you. Yeah, so they're on the road, and we meet amazing characters. So I mean, they're hitchhiking the whole way. They get on an ice cream truck is their first, and that takes them a little farther. Then they meet Haley, and Haley boasts about because her dad's a trucker, she knows truckers, even though the first truck that they get into is just a farm vehicle with a couple farmers.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens to them? They get in some trouble.
Yeah, this scene was really weird to me because like they picked up the kids to take them somewhere, and they noticed like what they just noticed they had a few bucks in them, so they decided to
Yeah.
rob them and just leave them on the side of the road.
Yeah, one of them was counting the cash, and one of the farmers just happened to look back because it was a glass back, and just happened to see the dough, and there was like what $30 or whatever. There's all
It
ones.
wasn't a
And
lot.
yeah, and they pulled over and robbed the kids. Didn't hurt them or anything. They just took their money and kind of left them at the side. It's
Yeah.
pretty brutal, man.
Yeah, I remember watching that and I was like, what the heck is going on?
Oh, Haley Shokori and Jimmy the Magazine ad before they ran into Lucas Cronies.
Okay, there. Yeah, all right.
Thank you. And then we meet. So let's go through some of the characters and just talk about what we think about the characters, and we'll move along with the plot. Here's Spanky.
Spanky was nice. Yeah, weird name. Nice guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I don't see him on the character sheet here. Some of the characters don't have portraits. This guy's been in a few movies though. He's in. Geez, this guy. Okay, this guy is the police chief in 48 Hours with Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. And this guy, I mean, think Beverly Hills Cop in terms of our rating times 10. This guy's swearing and slamming and yelling. So to see,
I feel like I've seen him in some action movie, but I don't know if that was the one or not.
Yeah, I know he's in 48 Hours. I just watched it again the other week. And I'm like, that's friggin' Spanky. The guy's like swearing at Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. It's just like, well, Spanky, what are you doing? Oh, he's from Last Action Hero. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Is he the police chief in Last Action Hero?
I've never seen Last Action Hero. Cutthroat, is he the police chief?
Oh, yeah, that's probably where I remember him from. I like the Last Action Hero.
Yes, he is. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet. He was a great character, and there's kind of a redemption where, well, let's get to Putnam. So Putnam is chasing them around. Putnam is the bounty hunter, walking around with these two crumpled pictures. I mean, what are you going to do before social media, right? You have no digital photos. So two crumpled pictures. He's chasing them around, and he's getting into trouble, and he's fighting with Sam and Nick a lot, to the point where they're not exchanging blows per se, but they're damaging each other's cars, like to the point where they're almost both totaled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that was a little bit rough.
It's a little crazy, and this happens in all these little small towns, and all the town folk, we were commenting how they kind of just stand there and they're just like watching. Nobody calls the police. No. Nobody helps. Everyone just lets them. Okay, someone's gonna get knocked out, and then that'll be the end of that fight, right?
Yeah, that scene was intense. Like they're just going at each other, like breaking windows. They ram the back of his car, and the back of that dude's car is like crushed, and he's still driving around on it like no issue. At some point, do you think a cop would like look at you while you're driving like down like the highway and be like, "Dude, yeah, like go get your car fixed"?
Yeah, I mean, I think he fixes his car a bunch of times. Like the car at one point, Putnam pays a tow truck driver to take it to the scrapyard, and then Sam's car gets completely stripped, which I never understood. Do they put it back together? They must put it back together, right?
I guess, yeah.
I can't remember.
But like, how long would that take?
That's what I mean. It's Putman, rubbish superhero name. Yeah, his name is Putnam. But I like Putman. I don't know if that's what you're saying, Mitron, but yeah, his name's Putnam. He's a putz, right? That's the joke of the character.
That's the joke.
Jay, look at his Texas tie. Yeah, that's a bolo. Yeah, we were making fun of that. I think those things are hilarious, but that's just me. It's very reminds me of Boss Hog for some reason. I don't know. Matt says Putman, Master Bateman. We got code names for the mom yet. Ice Queen. Yeah, I would say Ice Queen's pretty spot on.
And she's like not in the whole show, like the movie, until like pretty much near the end, right?
Yeah, we noted that during the big NWC tournament, she's standing by herself, which was also weird. We talked about she's standing beside Putnam. She doesn't want to be there, but she's not with the family. We were like, wait a second. And when I guess we can talk about everything, right? Like at the end, when Jimmy takes the lunchbox to the dinosaur, she's like just cold and. But then she says it's like a throwaway line. But then she says, "Sam, let's take our kids home." So what does that mean? Like they're back together, or? That guy, I don't understand that.
Yeah, that was a little confusing. I don't know.
So this is the
Yeah.
dinosaur,
Ugh.
which I have been there. I've been inside that. Rob and I shot in there, which you can actually see in the power tour. They let us film in there. It's in an episode.
Hmm.
I was like a friggin' kid. This was like being on the set of Star Wars, man. This was like insane. This is in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, right.
It's shown here. Oasis shot the supersonic video, one of the supersonic videos here, and I'm sure it's been in countless films. What else, guys? Jack, good morning, my friend. I had the Last Action Hero soundtrack because of the rockin' tunes, but never saw the movie. Hence why I'm not a movie guy, but a music guy. Yeah, and dude, those '90s soundtracks, you got some awesome stuff. We often talk about the Godzilla '97 soundtrack and like stuff like Judgment Night and the Crow soundtrack. Oh, so good. So good. Okay, where are we here? Where are we? Let's bring up some more characters we can make fun of. I mean, talk about. Well, where's our? We have two villains, Will. So we have Putnam, and then who's our second?
Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, but obviously Lucas.
We have Lucas. Yeah,
Is he really a villain though? I think he's a jerk, but I don't know if he's really a villain. He doesn't portray me as like being like a super out to get them really bad guy. He's a competitor, but like
at first seemingly not. He's an arrogant, cocky dude who's good at games. But if you remember when they're on the steps at the end, he calls Putnam or the police. I think it's no, he calls Putnam. He's like, right there, those kids, they're right there. And then Putnam starts to chase them. So I mean, that's pretty villainish, I think.
I guess. I don't know. The way I saw that is like, oh, he's being a good guy, making sure, like, you know.
That's a skewed point of view, my friend. He's trying to do it because he knows Jimmy's a threat. And if he eliminates Jimmy, he knows he's going to win the tournament. Come on, Will.
Make sure he goes back to help his, to his parents where he needs to be. I don't know. He was a concerned citizen helping out.
I don't think Lucas gives a lips about that. He wants that prize money. Think of all the tender tapes he can buy. Think of all those tenders.
All those hot softs.
What's up, Bobo Wave? Good morning. How are you doing? Good to see you. He definitely didn't have a problem trying to get Jimmy captured. See, there you go.
I guess.
Jet says he's almost like Thanos. Yeah, he's got that gauntlet. Okay, let's talk about the Power Glove. Let's get into that. Who in the chat has used this? And mine's there. I'm not gonna go grab it. Should I grab it, Will?
How did you not? Okay, I feel like this movie portrays the Power Glove of being something awesome. Like it has to be here. I'm surprised you didn't grab it before.
All right. Well, let's talk a bit about your experience with the Power Glove, Will.
I remember my first time with the Power Glove was I went to my friend's house, and he had a lot more like games than I did. And we struggled getting it going because you had to get those stupid sensors on the TV, and we didn't have any tape or anything. So we're trying to balance it. And if you just slightly off of it, freaking thing would slide off the end.
Yep.
Those sensors were brutal. And like when you get it on, eventually you're just like, oh, or we resulted in just playing it like pushing the buttons for punch out and stuff eventually on the arm, where it's like, why don't we just use the controller? This thing sucks.
We were playing Mario with it, and it was just our arms got tired. It reminded me of like waggling with the Wii.
Yeah.
Like is that kind of thing. I can't even like bend with this thing here. Here it is. So you got this big cord. So that's it there. I mean, it fits most hands. And I don't know if anyone has seen this up close, but that's what it looks like when you wear it. So there's two Velcro pieces here that just attach, one here and here. I mean, this looks just like a body glove. Like it looks like a, someone who's a cyclist would have a fingerless glove. Yeah, they're supposed to be fingerless. That's right. Yeah. So that's it there.
Yeah.
And what you would do here is you would have a wait, move my mic. You would have a code book with the Power Glove, and you would just sorry, that's upside down. You would just type in the code of the game, and then you would just activate it. And then this here, these two sensors would point at the sensors at the TV. So for Mario, I specifically remember you'd have to like do like this jerking motion with your hand where you'd be like doing this or this. And I remember it being pretty responsive, but ultimately I'm not a gimmick guy. I talk about this with action figures. I don't like gimmicks, buttons, sounds. I can use my own imagination. So I think this now will exist more as a relic of the time and maybe just a collector's piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like there's no way I would ever actually use the Power Glove legitimately at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to have a CRT TV first of all, because this won't work on what do they call it? Just a modern TV, I guess.
Would it?
It looks cool. I will say it looks neat. It looks
Because
like a piece
technically it
of,
works the same like the Wii remotes, right? So as long as
oh,
you have those
actually,
sensors, it should work.
you're correct. Sorry, yeah, because it uses the sensors. It doesn't bounce the light off the TV. You're right. So
Yeah.
it would still work. I don't
But
know.
why?
Listen to
Why?
that tearing sound.
Ugh.
Velcro.
Listen, I can go get, I don't know, Velcro shoes and have that same effect.
I like those Velcro shoes, those cheap ones from Walmart. Yeah, so I mean, I would say if you're a game collector, I would say I don't think it's too expensive. Can somebody look that up for us on eBay? Can you give me like a ballpark of the Power Glove, just a loose one? And fun fact too,
Hmm.
Will and I went to a store called Toy Rat,
Oh yeah.
2013, and
That when we went?
yep, it was right before Nintendo Quest. It was either 2012 or 2013. It was right before Nintendo Quest. And I got this there. I got the orange Pong Nintendo. And I also
Oh, that is right. I remember
got
that
the
now.
Power Glove and I got the Famicom.
You were so excited for that
Yeah.
the orange Pong Nintendo. You're like, I've
I've
never seen this.
never seen it. I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know Nintendo had a Pong machine. So that's still, it's right there. Boop. What's going on, Ghetto? How you doing? And Dan with the gifted, thank you so much. Much appreciated.
Oh,
Trying to do tennis stream. That's our goal. I know I don't have any fancy overlays or anything, but like I talked about on the game stream yesterday, I like it cleaner. So we're trying to hit that 10 memberships this stream. That is our goal. And thank you, Den, for getting us started. And congrats to Jet. There you go, buddy. You're back, baby. You're back. So Jet, if you'd like to join our private members only Discord, there is a tab, the community tab for YouTube. There is my name. Just add me to the Discord and we can get you in there, okay? Okay, here we go. 125. I think that's pretty reasonable.
yeah.
See,
Yeah, that's
125.
not bad.
If you're into collectibles, I think it's a great collectible, but I don't know. Just like the Wiimote, I just think it's gimmicky. But we're in an infancy of the video game industry back then, right? So they're trying new things.
That's true. I was gonna say, at least with the Wiimote, like it works.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if not like 99% of the time, the Wiimote worked as intended.
Right.
Whereas the Power Glove, I'd say you'd have maybe less than a 50-50 chance of that thing actually working properly.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine doing precise platforming in Mario with that? I mean, I remember I was lucky to jump over the first Goomba. It's just like, I mean, it's like anything if you sat there and practiced it, but I didn't like it, man. I
Yeah,
don't
because
like
like
stuff.
you'd have to like you tilt it to the side to make him run, right? So which would be like the right button, directional button. And then to make him jump, you'd be like this.
Yeah. And it worked on Punch Out as well, and I think that's when you did this thing. I don't remember. I never used it on Punch Out.
Yeah.
It's my complete no. I have the no. I don't have the box. No, I just have it loose. I don't have the TV sensors. No. But
See,
when Will and I got it back in the day, it was more just I just wanted it for the novelty, right? I never actually intended to ever use it, so it
yeah.
didn't matter.
If I were to get one eventually, I would want one in the box because I feel like it would show better in the box than just being the glove on its own.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree. We're all about those boxes now. It's all about the boxes. There's a
Oh, the box
sealed
is so good.
Power Glove for 650. There you go. 650.
650.
Yep.
I just had to
Ghetto
pay for my
says
car. I
local
can't.
shop has it sealed for 9 US. Woo!
A sealed one? That's pretty impressive.
Woo! Get that yeah. Pick that one up. You're gonna be rich in a couple years. They do look great on the shelf, Jet. I agree. Okay, so here's Christine. And this is pretty much the look. This is the mother. She pretty much has this look the entire film. She's just
Yeah,
angry.
it's just like a distant, non like caring stare. She's like, okay, just like bring my kid home so I can institutionalize him.
Yeah.
Like,
Played by Wendy Phillips, who I've never heard of. Fine actress. Yeah, I think she played the part well. I mean, she was directed to act that way. It's just strange. Just a lot of like non-love in that family. You're getting a little trolled there, buddy. You're getting a little trolled.
what do you mean? JT's just helping me.
He's enabling you. Enabler.
Listen, I don't know. We talked about Jay and I know, but we just had to repair our car, and it cost us like almost $4,000 to do it now. So I have nothing left to go video game hunting, but I'm still looking at that Facebook Marketplace.
It's an addiction. I stay off that because that's a little. Yeah, I can't do
It's
that.
too tempting. Well, what did I just link you the last one? Oh, that Player Choice 10 arcade. I thought that was funny because we just literally watched this. And that was in there. And then all of a sudden there was a Player Choice 10 arcade machine. And I was like, huh, that would be pretty cool to have.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really neat. I would like to have one of those. Does that count as an arcade? Yeah, I guess it does. It counts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, we have a few other kind of B-sides. Maura Grissom, played by Marissa DeSimone, whatever.
She was just the other competitor who eventually just lost. And you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So why do you think they did 3 placings at the end? I don't know if Nintendo World Championships actually had that. This is not Nintendo World Championships, but it's definitely one got the idea from the other, right? It's just a big gaming tournament. But yeah. I don't know. Don't you think it would have been more exciting if it was just Jimmy versus Lucas at the end? What do you think?
Yeah, but like traditionally for competitions, it's not usually a 1v1 scenario, right? Like even if you think about the Olympics, there's a top 3 placement.
Okay.
So that's how I would view it as, is that like they do like a gold, silver, and bronze kind of type thing, right?
Cutthroat says, did they go to the arcade? Yeah, they do. The awesome training montage is in the arcade in Reno. Yeah, it's really cool. And we have another great character here who I talk about a lot on my streams. It's this guy. This is Rick.
He made so much money off of Haley.
This is Rick from Nintendo Gameplay Counselors. Now, I'm telling you, I'm going to talk about my story again. This was my dream job. Okay, we're going to kind of go back to Video Power and how I gushed over Johnny Arcade's desk and how just having something like that made you feel like you weren't just wasting time. It made it feel like this was like a profession that you could actually do. So seeing this guy and the line of counselors, they were in cubicles and typical office settings. And you saw this guy with his little TV on the desk, which I also thought was great. The Nintendo, what is that, Chips Ahoy bag right there. And he's reading the issue of Nintendo Power Flash, which is the Canadian version, the newsletter that went out, or Nintendo Power, one or the other. Maybe it looks like Game Players. I don't know. Will, did you ever want to be a video game counselor?
Yeah, as a kid, I was always thinking that would be like a really cool idea, right? You're just sitting helping people with video games, getting to play video games all the time. But now, I don't know if I'd want to that I'm older. Trying to think about it, I'm like, I think it would be kind of annoying.
So you look at, let's go back in time and let's say we're this age now in 1989. So I think he has turtles on the screen there. So it's like you have to beat turtles.
Yeah.
I don't think they had special dev kits to go to any level. I don't know. If anybody in the chat knows, please tell us. I don't think they did. I think they legitimately had to beat the game. So you didn't get nearly as many releases as you do today, but there was still a good amount. And this was just Nintendo. So new releases come out, Will.
Yeah.
They come on your desk, and your first goal is to beat them. I don't know if I would like that. They didn't. They used
Yeah. See,
binders.
that's what I feel. I feel like it's a lot of pressure.
You mean they didn't have to beat them? P90? I don't know. Well, somebody had to beat them to write the tips out. So what you're saying is there's a separate bunch of people who actually went through turtles and then took notes and then gave the notes out to the counselors. That's what you're saying? That would make sense, I think. Of course, they had turtles on the screen. That's probably the most called about game when it was released.
I can see that, yeah.
Let's say if they didn't beat the game, they had binders for every game tips. I think, yeah, I would say, I mean, I have no proof of this. I'd say it's a good combination of both. They have to play the games to a certain degree, right? Someone's got to beat them because we know that these developers aren't sending out. I don't think like developers like Konami, for instance, here would want to send the tip line like how you beat the Shredder at the end or how you beat the Technodrome, right? It's like, no,
Yeah.
let them figure that out on their own, right? It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would like this job now. It seemed cool because the image of it is just him sitting around all day playing games.
Yeah. I just feel like I'd be personally myself, I feel like I would be annoyed like having to deal with those phone calls all the time, or probably like kids all the time, like asking for
It's really strange, right? Because it's, I would say mostly kids called, but kids aren't in charge of the phone bill.
Yeah.
So it's this really weird, like, I don't know any parent who would be okay with this. Maybe the super cool parents. Mine wasn't. I called for Super Metroid. I was on hold for a long time. And when you connect with them and you're on hold, you get charged. It's not when you start talking to the counselor.
Yeah, it's still super expensive, right? What was it back in the day? Like how much was it per minute?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I have an ad here. I found this while I was doing research for the film here. Power line to the pros. It's a 206 number. Well, who's 206? Anybody know? The words are a little jumbled because I had to really clean this image up, so the small print is a little weird. I'll try and read it. We're always coming up with ways to help you play a winning game. Our power line to the Nintendo game something is one of the best ideas yet. In fact, we have so many video game fans calling that we're putting more game experts on the team. So be patient while you gear up and take more calls and answer more of your questions than ever. Yeah. Oh, that is Washington. There you go, Nintendo headquarters. Right there. So this is an official Nintendo ad.
Miyamoto for president.
Yep. And there we go. We got Jenny Lewis herself calling. No, it's not. But that's cool. So look at these cool dudes. They're looking through Nintendo Power issue number 1, by the way. And right away they're calling. They're not even playing a game. They're just calling. So this was the actual Nintendo hotline.
Now, why figure it out when you can just call somebody to do it for you?
There you go. Before there was the old goggle. And there's this is actual footage of an actual counselor. So I found that too. See the two desks together. I love it. I love it. Look at this
I
guy.
love it.
He kind of looks like Lucas.
Yeah, that's what happened to Lucas years later.
They're like, "Hey, you're really good at these games. You wanna come on by? You wanna win a job?" He's playing Wizards and Warriors. It's that or it's Iron Sword. I can't tell which one. Yeah, look at the binder. It's amazing. What do you think of this pick, Will?
I think it's definitely a timepiece. I think it's cool. Again, I don't know if I'd want to do that.
Okay, let's look at this guy. So he's playing whatever. Let's just say it's Iron Sword. He's playing Iron Sword. He's got a dolly. I don't know anybody know what dolly that is? Anybody identify that dolly on top of the TV? Okay, what is to his right hand? Is that a calculator? What is that?
That's a telephone, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's the phone. Okay, yeah, because he's got the headset. This is super high tech. Okay, so that's the phone. And then look at the binder to the left of the TV.
Yeah, that has like all the probably everything they need for the games and stuff, right? Because they all had those binders in the movie. In the Wizard, remember he was pulling out binders, being like, "All right, we got to go to this area here in this game and do this." Like they all had those cheat sheet binders. I did tech support for a few years, and even like for just basic tech support, we had that. Like you'd have the binder, and it'd be like, "This is what you do. You follow this step. This." Obviously, video games would be way cooler than somebody fixing with their internet issues. But
good morning, HCC. Look at that TV. This is good morning, all. Check out the TV. Yeah, I love the wood grain. Love the wood grain.
I've been thinking about trying to find a Commodore 64 monitor again. Then I can hook up some of the retro consoles directly to it.
Oh, that would be that would be rough. That'd be rough to find. I think they're pretty expensive.
Yeah.
What is this? What is that? What's going on here? Click the button. Something happened. There we go.
Oh. Where's his coffee? That's a good point. Where is his coffee? How can he start his day without his coffee?
I mean, dude, like, let's think about this. How do you get this job? He looks like he's like 15 or 16, 17.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how many kids of the day would apply to that. And what do you say on your resume when you're applying? The only thing you really can say is that you're really good at video games. Were any of these people telemarketers? Like, I doubt it.
No, you don't think they would actually go out and sell stuff?
You got to be good on the phone, though. It's not just about the game. You have to be personable on the phone, right?
Do you, though? Because let's put this into like, let's think this out. Because they charge you per minute.
Right.
If you were not very personable, but like you were still kind of nice and you just took your time in a very long and roundabout way to do it, they would make more money off of you than somebody who's more efficient and quick to the point.
That's true. And I guess even if the person's not great on the phone and they're rude,
yeah,
the person on the other end is just going to be so grateful that they're talking to anybody about the game, right? So
yeah.
Good morning, Destro. What's up? Good day, Wizards. Yeah, so that's a great photo. All right, where are we here? So I'm just going through the slides. Here's a great photo. Everybody freaks out about Toby Maguire. Whoopity-doo! Sorry.
The only person who actually went on and be successful in this movie?
Oh, shush. We all know that Andrew Garfield is the better Spider-Man, and that's facts.
I don't know. I'm a Tom Holland fan, personally. I like Tom Holland. Still. They're all great Spider-Men.
He's not even Spider-Man anymore. He's like Iron Man, dude. It's like not even the same character anymore. Anyways, let's not. Yes, that's in the pink shirt. That is Toby Maguire with the sweet mullet. So there you go. So yeah, this is the scene where Lucas and his cronies, they come out and they rat on where Jimmy is. So Putnam goes after him. This leads us into the chase, into the almost said Donkey Kong, into the King Kong ride. Jesus, which is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, he like jumps out at the animatronic King Kong part, right?
That stuff already terrifies me. Those big giant I hate that stuff. So the fact that they're running around the base of it and those fire bombs are going off and stuff, it's like, oh my god, they're gonna get like killed, man.
Yeah. Because yeah, there is some pyrotechnics that go on as well too. So yeah, he could have really hurt himself.
Yeah. Yeah, Vision threw them some money, no doubt. So Lucas has a Vision shirt. The flunky in the back has a Vision shirt. I think Jimmy at one point has one, and I think the deck is a Vision Psycho Stick. So yeah, Vision threw some money out. Skateboard company.
Matt, did I call it Donkey Kong or King Kong?
Matt said I did say Donkey Kong when we were watching.
Did I call it Donkey Kong? I don't know now. What did I say?
Well, I think it's no surprise that character is, fashioned after King Kong. So
yeah, that's true.
That's what Donkey Kong is. So the flunkies.
Is that ride still going at Universal? I know they've closed a bunch of them.
That one freaked me out, and I never went on it, but just like seeing footage, that and the Jaws one. Oh my god.
The Jaws one would be terrifying, but also very cool.
Why would you ever do that to yourself?
I don't know. We watched The Wizard.
Yeah, but being on the Jaws ride, I'm talking about. So okay, so I'm starting to really sense the fact that you're not a big fan of this, which is fine. But we have watched some really terrible, terrible movies, like video game related movies. Would you put The Wizard up there with Super Mario, with Mortal Kombat, with Street Fighter?
Okay, so Mortal Kombat is still like, out of the video game movies we've watched, I still think we agree that Mortal Kombat is the better of them, right?
Out of what? Out of all the ones we've watched?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
like first Mortal Kombat, I think, is still the best.
We did ranking. MK, Street Fighter, MK2, Mario Brothers. That's it, right? 4? No, we did more than that. What else did we do?
No, Double Dragon.
Double
Dragon's bad. That's pretty low bar. We're not down there. I'm just saying. But...
Yeah. So, out of all those, which is the best? Yeah, I guess Mortal Kombat. I think they're all pretty terrible. And so for me, this isn't even in that ballpark because I don't think this movie's bad at all. I think there's cheesy parts to it, but I would never put this in the same category. That's me, though. What do you guys think in the chat? No right or wrong answers. Just pixels count, Metron says. Yeah, I've never seen it. Have you've seen it, right? Will? Oh, his mic's broken. Who's seen Pixels in the chat? That's the one with Adam Sandler. I heard it's very like, is it like Kevin James is the president? I heard that the Adam Sandler performance is very phoned in, just from Red Letter Media Review. That's my only source for knowledge for that movie, but I've heard it's not that great.
I think if you take it as what it is, it's a fun movie just to watch. It's very dumb, but it's okay. It's not the worst one. And I would say that's more of a video game movie than The Wizard.
I can't agree with that statement. I can't agree with that. That would be like saying, like, would you consider Last Starfighter a video game movie?
No.
Would you consider Tron a video game movie?
No.
See, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you are wrong.
Tron is based in a computer where they have like competitions against each other, but it's not innately a video game movie.
Tron is based in Flynn's arcade, and they go into the arcade machine.
Yeah, but they're more living in like the computer space.
They're playing in the game.
I don't know.
HGC says Wizard is really good classic 80s movie. Lots of 80s tropes happening in that one. Good grouping of actors. Yeah, we got some fresh faces coming into Hollywood, like Fred Savage taking the world by storm with the Wonder Years. And then you got like old schools like Bull Bridges. Christian Slater was new too. I think it's great. Hey, but Will, you're not wrong, man. It's just our opinions. That's all.
No. Yeah, it's just to me a video game movie has to be based off of like an actual video game property, not just
Oh,
innately having video games in it.
yeah.
You know
So
what I
I
mean?
definitely disagree with you. I see what you're saying, but those movies are based on video games. This is a video game movie. Like the plot of this revolves around video games. Mortal Kombat and Super Mario Brothers are based on a video game.
Yeah, that's where I separate it, right? Like that's what I see it as a video game movie is like based off a video game, right?
Right. I get it, man. I get it. Matt says there's different types of video game movies. There are video game movies that are set in video game universe, and then there are video game movies based in the real world about video games. Yeah, so Pixels would be like The Wizard.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, okay. Wizard was great for the kid, for yourself as a kid. Watched it again with my kids, and they enjoyed it. They didn't roast it too badly. Indo, what's up, mate? Good morning. Good to see ya. Vickman, how you doing? Where are you? You popped in right there. Good to see you. Nice to see you. Got a long day of work ahead, but I will watch later. Wizard is a good popcorn movie. Pixels is so Sandler, dumb as hell. I heard it's phoned in. I heard it's phoned
It's
in though.
it's an Adam Sandler movie. You
Yeah.
go into it expecting like Adam Sandler is, he has a thing about like I'm sure he's almost the same character in all of his movies.
Yeah, there was a time when he was just hit after hit after hit, but I mean, that's for
But
another
that's
time.
you know what the funny thing is though, even though like his movies now are still not great and he has them coming out, he still makes tons of money off of them.
Oh, he's very successful.
Hmm.
A lot of people owe Adam Sandler for their employment. A lot of that generation of SNL crew. Like in those movie Grown Ups, like I'm not saying they didn't have their own success, but definitely Sandler is the most successful of that group, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a debate going on. I do agree that Tron is also a video game movie at the same time being a sci-fi movie. Yeah, I would say Last Starfighter is also video game themed, but I don't remember much about Last Starfighter. So here is our group. This is we can see Haley has the dough in her hands. This is the first bet where they're playing Double Dragon for NES, and Jimmy kicks her butt, takes the money.
Yep.
They try and buy a ticket, but the bus already left. They took too long. So there you go. Who else do we have that we haven't talked about yet in these slides? This is near the end where Jimmy rushes up. And I'm so excited, guys. I've been up the staircase here, and it's so sick. Granted, now there's people that work in here, and there's this was a gift shop, but now it's so commercialized. Like you go around the dinosaurs. Anybody who's been here, Cutthroat, I assume you've been here. Ghetto, you've probably been there too, being in California. But yeah, so right here we look at the dinosaurs, and this was like the innocent time. Now, Will, it's like all stores around it. There's a Burger King, Dairy Queen, whatever
Really?
else surround the whole thing. Yeah, completely different. But I mean, around this time there wasn't a lot shot here, and since a lot of famous movies, especially stuff like Pee-wee's Big Adventure was shot. There's a scene shot here.
Have more recent movies been shot around there? Because like I'm thinking nowadays, like yes, like a lot of us remember Pee Wee and stuff, but like there's generations now that have no clue about Pee Wee Herman or the Wizard or.
Does anybody know about newer stuff that's been shot around these dinosaurs? And I forget what this park is called. It's very.
But like it's still cool that it's a giant dinosaur.
Well, there's
it just seems
2 or 3 of them, but this is what's the long? Will, you know your dinosaurs? What's the long neck dinosaur? What is that?
Like a brontosaurus?
Brontosaurus. Okay, so yeah, that's the one they go in. It's so cool, man. And like I was talking about, dude, I'm freaked out about stuff like this. I don't like big giant things like this that really freak me out. But we got there, we drove up, and I swear to God, Rob had to call me back because I ran to that thing, man. He's like, "No, wait for the cameras." I ran to it. I'm like, "I'm going." It was awesome. It was awesome. Good times. I gotta find that picture. I'm gonna bring that picture up. Like not right now, but I will in a future stream. Oh well, we forgot about your favorite guy. Where is he?
Was it a Brachiosaurus then, Matt?
Brontosaurus was proven not to exist. What, the long neck? So Slag is not a real Dinobot? Sludge? Whatever. I don't know. California, we're all losing it. Get some more coffee in you, everyone. Destro says, I would absolutely love to visit this dinosaur land, but back in the 80s. Jay, that's cool. Dude, I'll share my picture. I'll put it on social media. I got to dig it up.
They call it an Apatosaurus now, not a Brontosaurus. There we go.
Oh, because it didn't exist?
I guess it just changed.
Just change the name? I feel like that's weird to do that. Indo Nerd says, as a Canadian kid, we wanted to compete in video game tournaments after watching The Wizard. I would win 3 straight in 1992, 92, and 94. Wow. Congrats to you. That's absolutely friggin' huge. That Blockbuster one in 94 was a big deal. So that's amazing. Congrats. We have a celebrity among us. So great. The thing with most models there is made inaccurately. T-Rex stood horizontally. Okay. That's fair. So we're actually the dinosaurs now. Actually,
freaking dinosaurs.
So here's the announcer, dude. The over-the-top announcer, dude. He is great. And he finally shows us. This is the highlight of the movie. Will, you can talk about the big reveal here.
Yeah. This was so cool because, like, for the whole movie, they're doing that whole montage, right? They're playing like Ninja Gaiden. They're playing like Mario 2. They're playing was it
Ninja Gaiden, Mario 2.
What's the other one that they were doing?
I can't remember. For the preliminaries, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, they're getting all these games going on, right? And then you get it, everybody getting up to their pedestals, you're getting ready to go, and then all of a sudden it's Mario Brothers 3, and you're like, oh my God. Nobody's heard of Mario Brothers 3, not even these competitors. And you're like, I'm here for it. Let's do this. This is like the first glimpse of Mario 3. This is so exciting. This is like the most exciting part of the movie. Screw those dinosaurs. This is Mario 3.
100%. Real quick, guys. Wish this man a happy birthday, please, and thank you in the chat. He's 21 years old again. Happy birthday, Packers.
Happy birthday, Packers.
Yeah, so this was a really well-kept secret. If I was reading video game mags, it was really at the beginning. Yeah, it would have been really at the beginning of it. And this was kept a secret. I saw this in the theater, and man, I had no idea. But I do remember stories coming out afterwards of Jimmy's footage. And this is how we knew to get 2 of the whistles.
Yep.
So the one in 1-3 and the one in 1-4. You would blow the one whistle. You would get to the map screen. And if you blew the whistle again on the map screen, it would take you to World 8. That was huge. A huge secret.
We talked about this when we watched this in the Discord, though. How did they know how to get those?
You can't. Like, just to crouch on the white block for, I think it's 7 seconds, 5-7 seconds before you fall through it. And then you're in the background.
Yeah, I mean, how would they even, like, in a competition setting where you're racing for the highest points, you wouldn't have the time to dabble around and try to figure out these little things. So that's what confused us when we were there. We're like, how did they even figure this out?
You wouldn't. I guess the idea is he's the wizard. He has skills that no other regular people do, right? So he can figure these things out. Even like there's a line where Corey's in the front row there, and he says, or I think it's Corey or Haley, they say, "Get the star, get the star." referring to the block at the end that changes shapes, and if you get 3 stars, you get 5 up or whatever it is. There's no way you would even know what that did. You just wouldn't, right? What's up, JP? Oops, there we go. Yeah, it was very cool to see Super Mario.
Yeah.
Oh, we're actually not 1-4, but the first fortress. Thank you. Mario 3 Warp Whistle. This is how I learned about the first location. But how did Fred Savage know about it? Oh, yeah. And then then remember Corey's describing it. Remember, he's like, if he gets the whistle, he can warp. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is it? Suspension of disbelief? I don't know. You don't really just. I mean, that's things. There's a million things about this movie we can cut apart, right?
That's true. Yeah, if you look too deep into it, but that's what we're here to do.
I would say the commercial for Nintendo would be this part.
Yeah.
This part, even though I love it, I don't care. I don't even care it's a commercial. I don't care that it's a commercial. I'm just saying, if there's any part of this movie to me that's a commercial, it's this showcasing the new Mario game. 100%.
Yeah. I feel like I thought I remember them doing that eventually, where it was literally like Mario Brothers 3 coming to Nintendo, and then it was like literally just the opening, like how like those big metal shutters open up and it's like Mario. That's how I remember it, but I don't remember if maybe I'm just like, misremembering.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I got Mario 3 for Easter 1990. And we talk so much, Will, about we love going out hunting, and I mean we've always done that, but now we're shooting it to show everybody.
Yeah.
But part of the reason for you getting some of the stuff you got on the last trip, and we won't talk about that till the video's out, but it's not that the games are particularly legendary. It's just that you have such ties, nostalgia, childhood memories. Maybe your parents got them for you, right? So
Yep.
Mario 3 is classic, so this might be a bad example, but it's one reason why I love Mario 3 so much. And in particular, the box art, how it's still my favorite box art to this day, because of I can remember being by the front door when my mom gave it to me. That bright yellow box in my hand. I remember it with the price tag of $99.99 on it. I'll never forget it, man. I don't think Mario 3 is the best Mario game, but more importantly, I have those memories tied to my mom and to Easter and all that good stuff, right?
So what? Okay, we're gonna bring this up then.
Sure.
Now you brought it up now. So Mario Brothers 3 is not your favorite.
No.
It is like a lot of people, like when you hear people debating which Mario is the favorite, though, you do hear Mario 3 and Super Mario World being like the two top contenders most times. Mario 64 coming in probably closer, at least in the conversations I've had and noticed. So what would be your favorite Mario title? And I guess we could open that to chat.
64.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We did a poll. Let's do it again. We'll put 3 up there. So I did ask everyone, who is your favorite character in The Wizard? Jimmy, Lucas, Haley, or Corey? Who would you pick, Will?
Haley, probably.
Haley won by 32%, then Lucas, then Jimmy, then Corey. Oh, poor Fred. Dun, 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 dun.
Don't you have that button? I thought you put that button there for that.
It works for the game stuff. I don't have it hooked up to StreamYards. Okay, so what are we doing? Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, and then this time we're going to add Mario 64. Last time we just had the 2.
Yeah. Those are definitely like the holy Mario Trinity, I feel, right?
Yeah, so we're going to put this up, guys. You can only pick one. Okay, what is your favorite Mario? Yeah, and I think, what would you say out of those 3?
Me, personally?
Yeah.
I would have to go with World. I think I can recognize that Super Mario 3 like revolutionized like the platformer and Mario in general with like the whole world board and level layout and stuff like that, and plus like variety of like the levels. But I think it was just refined better and just like polished so well in Super Mario World.
Hmm.
That's how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's really, really tough, right? Because I look at the Mario trilogy and the weird history behind Mario 2, and I honestly feel like that does not I feel like it doesn't count. The older I get and the more I look into Doki Doki Panic and that whole story, I feel like Mario 2 just shouldn't count. It's not Mario initially.
That's true.
The
I would
game
agree with that.
mechanics are so completely different. There hasn't been, well, there's been stuff like that since. I shouldn't say that, but for the time, it was completely different than the other two. I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah. And like it's just a reskin of a totally different game, right? For Mario 2. And like you can argue that all of the events of Mario 2 actually never happened anyways.
Yeah.
Like if we this spoiler territory for a game that's like what freaking 40 years old.
I think
But
you're
like
safe, buddy. I think you're
yeah,
safe.
like the end of Mario 2, it's just a dream, right? You defeat Wart, and
Yeah.
then like it's just Mario sleeping, having a dream about like some adventure, and then like he wakes up. So technically none of it happened.
A very cool ending screen, though, by the way. Really
Yeah, I
cool
would
ending.
agree with that.
Sleepy Mario. Yeah. What happened here? Oh, I had no idea. No idea about any of that. I'm talking in terms of character. Yeah, just who your favorite character was. Spoiler alert, yeah. P90 says Lost Levels is good. I didn't put Galaxy in there because I don't think it's on the same level, P90. I wouldn't, but Galaxy is great. It did some really amazing things, and it's a classic. I would not put it up with those three, though. I wouldn't. Because I feel like Galaxy is like on the same kind of level as Sunshine. And for whatever reason, people dislike Sunshine immensely. But I feel like it's along those lines. But that's just me, though.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that didn't. I don't really like Sunshine. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I have to give it another go. I just don't feel like Sunshine was a good game.
the new gen loves Galaxy. Yeah, of course, of course. And I mean, Odyssey and the side-scrolling ones that are not done by Miyamoto. Yeah, those are great, sure. But we often talk about which is the best Mario game. So I guess within kind of a decade here, we're kind of going with that theme. I love Mario Odyssey. No, not Odyssey. Galaxy. Galaxy's great.
Galaxy is really good, and Galaxy 2 is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically, if you think about the whole Mario franchise, like official Mario stuff, we're not talking about Mario is missing, like those like that, but like the actual platforming Mario games, like none of them are bad. They're all great games.
Right.
Exception of Sunshine. But
Sunshine's amazing, man.
Maybe I have to give it a go. I have that.
Do you have the yeah, I was just gonna say, do you have that Switch game?
I think I do. Let me check. Hold on.
That game is worth a bit, man. That's gonna be one of those games that's gonna be up there. What's up, James? Yo, nerds. We're just talking about nerd stuff. How you doing, buddy? Josh says Mario 2 has great music. Right, but it's still not Mario music. You know what I mean? Like, it's a Nintendo game. Doki Doki Panic's a Nintendo game, yes, but it wasn't created with Mario in mind. I guess that's my only argument. Doki Doki Panic on its own is great. Mario 2 is great. I'm not saying it's not, but it's not a Mario game. It just isn't. Dial Up Chronicles, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Mario 2 is a Mario game because I was a kid when it came out, and forever a Mario game it will be, and it's great. There you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, I do have that one. Did you
love the different points of view? Keep it up. K-Mac, what's up, mate? Oh, you do. Hang on. Yeah, let's show Will here. There we go.
Yeah, so we have the Mario Bros. 3D All Stars.
Yeah, that's
So
a nice.
Galaxy, Sunshine, and Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I love how they made another All Stars with 3 more classics on it. Yeah, fantastic. That's a great one for sure.
Yeah, I didn't
We
realize it was rare. I didn't like. There's a lot of people like. I guess you just can't get this anymore, eh?
Yeah, I mean it's getting up there. I think when like we said at the last store we were at, without giving anything away, we went there on Monday. Yes,
Last Monday.
we were looking at this store had a really beautiful selection of Switch stuff, and it was displayed beautifully on the wall. And we were just looking at how many great Switch games there are. Like there's remakes of stuff, there's weird collector's editions, and every box is a different shape and a different size. And I'm just like the Switch stuff, man, is going to be expensive. Mark my words. There's so much cool stuff on there. Like put the Nintendo stuff aside, even past that, there's some great stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that Mario collection you have in your hand is going to be worth quite a bit. I do.
Should have kept it sealed instead of playing it like a dope. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you playing it for? Come on. So in closing, I couldn't find the family photo that was in the lunchbox. We didn't talk about the bullies. They run into a bunch of different people, but there's the 3 like 20-year-old bullies, I guess they are. That
Yeah, like that whole thing. Like, why are these bullies chasing down these kids like that?
It's the 80s, man.
Like they're obviously older. Didn't they have other things to do than like terrorize some like kids?
Well, it was ego, right? I'm not sticking up for them. I'm just saying it was ego. Like they lost to a 7-year-old in whatever game they played in that diner, got their money, and they're pretty hurt by it. You know, their egos were shattered. So they do what bullies do. They ride around in a pickup truck until they find the kids. But the fact that they punched Corey's that's a little much.
Yeah, it's a bit excessive.
Like Corey's like a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old. He's got a bloody nose from like a 20-year-old. It's a little rough. It's a little rough.
Yeah, that scene I was just like, that's super weird. Like, if they were about the same age, maybe I've been like, okay, I get the bullying. Like they'd come after them and stuff. I don't know, like obviously be like, yeah, it's okay to do, but like when you're in your 20s, because obviously these kids were way older. Just felt
It's
weird.
weird, but that was the 80s, right? Cutthroat says this was Karate Kid before Karate Kid. Yeah, you look at the beating that Daniel gets in Karate Kid from Cobra Kai. Like that's a crime. Like what would have happened if Mr. Miyagi didn't show up? Those guys were circle beating him. Like they weren't just pushing him around, and they were like full on like roundhouse kicking him, giving him kicks to the gut, punching him in the face. Like they were all circle beating him. So if Mr. Miyagi didn't show up, Daniel could have been
really hurt.
maybe gone. So that's serious stuff. Yeah. If you really think about it, yeah. And I mean, Fred Savage getting punched like that's a little much. But it's the 80s, man. It was a different time.
More hardcore.
Crazy town, man. And had Daniel and Corey not gone through that, we wouldn't have the strict rules that we have today, right? So someone had to fall so someone else could walk. Is that the saying? I don't know. Yes. Karate Kid Cobra Kai sucks. There's no need for it. I'm just saying.
Have you watched it though?
Stop it. I will not watch it. I will
never. You can't say it sucks if you've never watched it.
Oh, I can say it. I just did.
If you haven't seen it, you can't have an opinion on it.
God, sure.
You can have an opinion that it doesn't need to be there, but
and now they destroy the narrative and say, "Oh, Johnny was the hero all along, and Daniel was the get the hell out of here! Stop ruining things! Stop it!
I'm one of the people that didn't really enjoy the Karate Kid, and I think Cobra Kai is a better iteration of the Karate Kid.
There should be one Karate Kid. That's
the LaRussos are bullies.
So dumb. It's so dumb. It's like reverse
Even in
engineering.
the
Well, it's like what's
that's not
happening
though,
with
because even in the original
no,
movies,
no. It's like what's
Daniel
happening with.
was a
It's like
bully.
no. It's like
Got
what's
high on
happening
himself because he
with
knew how to
Star Wars
punch.
right now, where there's no good and evil anymore. What are you talking about? The very essence of Star Wars is based on that there is good and evil. That is the show. That's the movie. That's what Karate Kid was. And now it's like, well, Johnny was really, he was bullied and Daniel stole his girl and all this. Get the hell out of here with all that stuff. I seem to remember those guys circling Daniel and beating him to a pulp where a karate master had to come in and save him because he probably would have been, gone.
Was that before or after the water stuff?
The
Wasn't
water
Daniel
stuff. What water stuff?
didn't want like Daniel go in and like pour water on like Johnny and stuff like that too in the washroom, or was that vice versa? I can't remember now.
They showed up at some party on the beach and he was talking to, I can't remember her name, Elizabeth Shue, and he got mad and they like broke his tape deck or something and they just started stuff.
I don't think Daniel was as innocent as you remember.
Yeah, but okay, be that. Let's just say, look, say he went to the beach party. Say Daniel looks like Brad Pitt, and he stole Elizabeth's shoe. She's totally in love with him. Does that warrant him getting beat by like 6
No.
grown black belts? That's a crime, especially in California. That's ridiculous, right?
Yes.
He was in a shower. Listen to how excited I'm getting talking about this. This is great.
I think you should watch Cobra Kai.
I don't think I'm ever going to watch Cobra Kai. The same people who tell me to watch Cobra Kai tell me to watch Christmas Story, like when Ralphie's like 50 or whatever. I'm not watching that.
Who told you to watch that? That's
Oh my God.
That's obviously a bad move.
Did you watch it?
No.
Everybody's
going to be bad.
And listen, there's a difference between Christmas Story 2, which was a straight to DVD sequel, and the Christmas Story when Ralphie's 40 or whatever he is. I won't watch either, man. I just won't. Oh, jeez. He hooked up a hose at the dance in the restroom. Yeah, but I mean, you pour water on someone, so what? That's like high school pranks. That's not circle beating somebody. There's a difference, you know what I mean? You can prank somebody and you don't deserve to get beat. Take Daniel and throw him in the locker, shut the locker like they did to Niners, right? Sure. Elizabeth Shue is hot, HGC says. I would have tried to woo her. Of course. But anyway, we're beating a dead horse here. The Karate Kid, next movie watch. Nope. It'll just be a fight between Will and I. Destro,
Jay's going to get friends and beat me up on a beach.
I mean, I get it. And we're not going to talk about legacy properties because we always do. I've heard Cobra Kai is good, but it's like, listen, okay? Listen. This is what I've heard, okay? We have lots of friends in common, Will, and through our friends, our mutual friends, I've heard that they brought back the girl from, I don't know her name.
It's Karate Kid 3?
Number 2 when he goes to Okinawa with Mr. Miyagi.
Oh yeah.
The girl he meets there, they brought her back. They brought back Elizabeth Shue. They brought back the big bully from 3 with the ponytail.
Yep.
And then they brought back the karate instructor of Cobra Kai. Obviously, they brought him back.
Yeah.
Come on,
that seems like that's kind of in line with Karate Kid.
It's not. The very notion that these guys had a beef when they were 16 years old and now they're 45 years old and they still are like having this weird beef and they're talking about karate games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're sad kid people. That's
dumb.
part of it. They peaked in high school.
Listen, and I don't need to see the Karate Kid, the next generation. I don't need to see that. And Daniel's kid, and I don't want to play that game. Yeah, they brought back everybody. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see it. You watch it. You enjoy Karate Kid, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Randy's mom's there. You have to watch it for Randy.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm in then. Punishment definitely fit the crime. Well, Elizabeth Shue is. She's awesome. She's awesome. 45. So what do you mean 60? Oh, they're 60. Well, I almost called him Fred Savage. Ralph Macchio is 60, yeah, but I'm assuming they're not 60 in the show, are they?
They would be
still?
older, yeah, because like he owns a car dealership. He
Which you can
has
do at
2
45.
kids.
Like I know Ralph is in his 60s, and I assume
Yeah.
everyone from around there is, but they're in their 60s in the show.
I feel like they're accurate ages.
Then that makes it even sillier, man. They're still going around playing karate games. Give me a
Yeah,
break.
so did Mr. Miyagi back then too.
It's so you're trying to tell me that everything that he taught Daniel was all bullcrap, and that Daniel was the bully all along. So it makes Miyagi's
No,
arc
no, 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 no.
nothing.
Miyagi tried to teach him that way, but because of Daniel's abilities, he kind of let it go to his head, which he does get a really high and mighty of himself. There's a difference between growing, like becoming more confident in yourself, and then being like, showing that aggression on others as well, which he does eventually do throughout that movie too.
Well, he does do that illegal kick in the first one. Everyone knows that. He wins with an illegal kick, which is strange. What are we talking about Karate Kid for? What movie are we talking about? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. All right, letters to the editor. Here we go. What game were we reviewing? The Wizard. All right, everyone in the chat. Wizard. Let me know what you guys would give it. I don't know, Will, out of 10? Let's see, out of 10 or out of 5? You want to do GamePro out of 5 or out of 10? EGM.
Well, we've been doing EGM. Let's keep it out of 10.
Everyone in the chat, out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, what would you give The Wizard? Throw it out there so we can see. Karate Kid 3 Cutthroat is the worst movie that's ever been made. It's insulting. But anyway. Okay, so we got our first one in. So Cutthroat gives it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Jet gives it an 8 out of 10. Matt says, I give it a good solid 8. Yeah. Destro, 9 out of 10. There you go. Look at this guy. 2. Golly. P99 cause Ninja Gaiden. Ha! Oh, I didn't pick that guy up as a character. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden is shown it a bunch of times during it. For sure. HGC says 8 out of 10. Need more video game footage, and Lucas needs his butt beat. Indo Nerd says a solid 7. All right, Willie.
For me, probably a 6.
6.
It's okay. Like 90% of that movie is forgettable to me, and then the last bit of the tournament is really the highlight for me, and the only thing I really remember.
You've been bought by corporate America. You're so commercialized, Will. You don't even care about the morals of the family, of the what family? The Woods family.
You don't even remember their name.
I had to look at this other screen.
For a guy who gives it a 10 out of 10, being a perfect movie, you think you would remember their name.
Den gives it an 8. Mutron, solid 10. My brother right there. That's what I'm talking about. 2 10s, baby. Love the member berries. 10 out of 10. Josh, what'd you give it?
So since you give this you say this is a video game movie, is it where do you place it in the video game timeline? Is it better than Mortal Kombat? Is it worse than Double Dragon?
I listen, for the ones we've done, we'll get to that, but I really like what you did. How you kind of made 2 categories where you made video game movies based on an existing game. And then I kind of made video game movies that have video games in it. I think it needs to be separated. But
yeah,
if out of the ones that we've done, and there is a tab, guys, at the bottom of my YouTube page, the ones that Will and I watched where we do podcasts like this, so check it out. This is the best one by far. I think this is my favorite video game movie of all time. Well, okay, hold on, because King of Kong popped in my head. Does King of Kong count, or is that a separate third? Because that's like that's a documentary. What'd you say?
Yeah, King of Kong's more a documentary for sure, because it's not really, I don't know. It's more telling the tale of everything that went down, and not like reenacting it or whatnot, right?
So then we have 3 categories then. So then the
Yeah.
doc is the third. Yeah. So
Documentaries definitely on their own.
okay, out of the ones we watched, I would place this at clear number one. This is a pleasure to watch. This is not one of those movies that you have to slog through. For me, I enjoy it. I watch it like once a year, so it's by far my first. So out of the ones we've watched, Will, what is your favorite? And then, if you can remember, then where would the wizard be within those? So let me bring up my YouTube real quick because I forget off the top of my head. Okay, so we have watched
Yeah, we watched Mortal Kombat. I know.
Mario, Double
Yeah.
Dragon,
Yeah.
Street Fighter,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. And then in there is also the Jaguar infomercial. I threw that in there so it didn't get lost. But out of the video game movies, where would you put the wizard?
Well, it's above Double Dragon for sure, and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think I got more enjoyment out of Street Fighter though than I did this.
God.
So just below Street Fighter.
Okay, Street Fighter, but we take Kylie Minogue out of it. Now what do you say?
All right, just above Street Fighter. No. Yeah, I'd say it's in the middle of the pack somewhere.
Okay.
Like the Mario movie's bad, but
Wizard stands alone. There's nothing else like it. I agree. There's lots, Josh. Yeah. What about new video game movies? Yeah. Ready Player One, I've never seen. Pixels, I've never seen. We're up for all of that. So we've been almost like religiously every Sunday doing EGMs. But when we started doing our stuff, it's been over a year now. We would switch weeks, right? So I just thought for something different. And by the way, we got to say Will's away till the 29th.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone most of September, unfortunately.
Yeah, so that's a good 30 days. So any channel members, as you guys know or may not know, one of the perks is you can appear on gameplay that we do or any of these talking head shows. So I'm gonna need someone to come in, to do some EGM reads. So anyone out there who's a streamer who wants to, just hit me up and I think we got 3 or 4 slots I need to fill. So I can't do the EGM on my own. I tried it the 1 week when Will's net was down, and it's way too much for one person. So
it's a lot to read a whole magazine by yourself for sure.
It's tough. So hit me up, guys, if you're interested. But I would say, yeah, this is by far the best. What should be next? You've talked a lot about House of the Dead, the House of the Dead movie, and how I think you said it's like the worst one.
The House of the Dead movie, like honestly, I think that thing is something. It is bad. Oh my god, that's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've never seen it. It's Yui Bowl, right? That's a Yui Bowl movie. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that one. What else haven't we done? I mean, there's like Pixels. I've heard Pixels is bad.
I don't know if it's that bad.
Oh, Doom. Yeah, Doom.
Doom's my guilty pleasure. I honestly watch Doom at least once a year.
I cannot replace WillyLo nor take his spot, fill his shoes, but I could maybe attempt to roll. Well, yeah, you're not taking over for sure, buddy. It's just
that's it. I'm getting replaced. I'm going off to Hawaii, and then Jay's going to replace me. I knew it. I knew this time was coming.
Just filling on, replacing him. Just filling in until he gets back. He's not coming back. And then we'll continue from there. Yeah, Josh, hit me up, buddy. Let's set that up. It's every Sunday at 10. So I'd like to switch out. So I know P90 said he might be interested. Any other streamers or anyone else who's comfortable with the camera, has a microphone, wants to be kind of good, Canadian standards, good at reading, just hit me up and we can schedule that in. HCC, my kids said Pixel is awful. They are the target audience. Are they? Are they though? Because isn't it all like Centipede and Pac-Man and Donkey Kong? It's all like I know Adam Sandler talks.
It's all like 70s arcade games.
Yeah. Yeah, he talks a lot about Donkey Kong. He talks about Donkey Kong and Billy Madison, and I think he references it somewhere else too. It's like we get it, we know that's your favorite. Jay and Willie Lowe are the new Siskel and Ebrick.
Ebrick.
That's what Dice used to call Cisco and Ebert because they gave him a bad review on Ford Fairlane. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Cisco and Ebert. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I did take a film class in college, though. Whoopity doo! You're gonna have to learn to read, Josh. Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be
reading's
great.
essential. Yeah, we don't read well.
We don't read well. It doesn't have to be good. Yeah, it just has to be kind of. You kind of have to slog through it. If there's anything in the Wizard that you can change, Will, what would you change? Let's just do story wise. You had mentioned earlier maybe more gameplay, or somebody mentioned.
Yeah, Chad mentioned more games. I think that would have been neater if they did like along the way to California, they just hit up like different arcades so that he could get some more practice in. I think that would have been kind of cool. Like, hey, we're gonna find these routes along the way, and arcades were pretty prevalent back then, so it wouldn't be that hard for them to actually find like an arcade in the cities that they go to and travel to.
Yeah, because they won. Remember, they got Haley was coaching Spanky at the craps table, and they won a bunch of cash.
Yeah,
to fund their way to California. So yeah, they could have made some stops. And you know what? Watching it as I have over the years, like I said earlier in the stream, the one common thread that most people who don't like it say it's just a commercial for Nintendo. I agree with you. I don't think there's a lot of gameplay footage at all in this.
No,
there isn't.
No, I would agree. There really isn't. There's a lot of mention to video games and playing stuff, but there's not a lot of actual like them playing.
Yeah, there really isn't. So I would say more gameplay would be better. I would like to have seen more of the rivalry between Jimmy and Lucas as well. I mean, I know it's only an hour and a half movie, but maybe a little bit more of a build up.
Yeah, because it still didn't feel like, to me, there wasn't that much of like a adversarial like conflict between them.
Yeah,
they had one run in, and then they're like, "Oh, we'll see you at the tournament."
He pulls out the power glove and plays Rad Racer, and then he kind of looks at Jimmy like, "Okay, you're up."
And then Jimmy runs away.
Walked away. Yeah, he was like, "I can't do it, guy," and he walks away. You know. I watched a lot of films in college when I should have been in class. We had screenings every Monday, Josh, at college for film, and I didn't go to any of them. I hated that class. It was weird. It was one of those like, like what did we watch? Like Fargo. He was like he was talking about all this symbolism, and I disagreed with him, and he told me I was wrong. I was just kind of like, okay, you can't really have a class on this kind of stuff. It wasn't about film history. That's what I wanted, but it was more about like film critique. That's all opinion, right? So
yeah, it's like proving your point more so than
yeah.
I've never been good at that kind of stuff.
It was unenjoyable. Bimmy and Jimmy, yes. Double Dragon 2, baby. Adversary thing was between Lucas and Corey, not Jimmy. Lucas realized that Jimmy couldn't beat him. That's why he tried to get him caught. Oh. Yeah.
I guess I could see that.
Yeah,
that's still, to me, that wasn't very well portrayed.
That's interesting too, because it's very obvious that Corey has feelings for Haley. Because Lucas, I don't even think at all in the movie, Lucas is not even looking at her at all in any kind of way. But Corey's like, keep your power gloves off her, pal. And Lucas just looks at him like, what are you talking about, man? I'm just trying to win some cash here.
Yeah, Lucas didn't care. He just wants to play video games.
He didn't care about Haley at all. Yeah, it was just Corey like being jealous or whatever. So yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it was between Lucas and I feel like Jimmy was just used. He was a pawn to make Haley and Corey money.
Yeah.
Right? It was like,
and like even in the beginning, if you think about it, like Corey wanted to run away. So like he was just using Jimmy as an extra excuse to go do it too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're not good people. Haley and Corey, not good people.
Everyone's here. Cue up Starcade. Stargate. Will streams at 2. You're streaming today, right?
Yep. Yeah, gonna be playing some Ark Ascended, Survival Ascended today. Talking about dinosaurs. We're gonna be catching some dinosaurs. Fighting dinosaurs.
We got a couple. Did you want to do a Starcade?
Sure.
Up to you.
Like right now?
Yeah, up to you.
Sure.
You guys want to do it a Starcade? It's up to you guys in the chat. Mutron is saying we should do some Starcade. It is Packer's birthday. It's a birthday.
Yeah, you know what? If it's for Packer's birthday, we'll do it.
It's a 20-minute episode. We can do that if you want.
Let me go get more coffee while you're
sure, yeah, go right ahead. I'll talk to the chat and I'll queue up stuff. Let me see what we can bring up here. The Jeff Edwards stuff. We don't want the first announcer, or sorry, the game show host. We want Mr. Edwards. Let's just see. Jeff. There he is. Oh boy. You know, okay. Here's a random one. Let me get it all readied up here. All right, we're gonna wait for Will. Okay, you guys want to do Starcade? All right, we'll do it. This is for Mutron. For those of you who have not seen Starcade, you're in for a real treat. It's fun. It's 20 minutes. The very first Dale, what's up, buddy? The very first video game show there was. No, this is not WCW Starcade. This is Video Game Starcade. So this will be the portion where we're going to end the Wizard talk. So thank you guys. Thanks to all the channel members who hung out in Discord. And special thanks again to Matt Rubin, who saved us as my version did not work. So Matt had a copy that we could watch. All right, we'll do Starcade with Jeff Edwards. When do you think that they filmed Starcade? I'm going to say Jeff Edwards in his behavior, in his drunken behavior, allegedly, I will say that they filmed it bright and early at 10 a.m. Because he seems to be the kind of guy that would get up and be like, all right, I got to hit the whiskey. And he's functioning, right, when he does it. So I think it's early on. Mutron says also Oasis tickets sold out within minutes. Yeah, 385. I think that's about 500 Canadian. Mutron. Yeah, not surprising. They're actually a lot more reasonable than I thought they would be. Thank God. Thank God. But still not enough. Even if they come around here, I'm not doing 500. It's too much for me. And I've seen Oasis so many times. Video and arcade top 10. Hey Josh, maybe we can do that. What do you think? What do you think? We can watch a couple of those on a Sunday. What do you think about that? Hit me up, buddy, over Messenger, and we'll come up with a date. I think that'll be cool. I don't want to get too far ahead with the EGMs without Willie, because we've kind of gone through that together. Probably shot the whole season in a couple of days. You think so? Maybe that's why he seems like he's hammered. If you need me to help out with movies or what you're doing, let me know early. Okay, Matt, I appreciate that. Yeah, I thought, because I legit rented it on YouTube, and I guess obviously there's some software in there that won't let you stream it. But we weren't even live streaming. We were just streaming it in Discord, but it's not a big deal. I get it. All right, Willie, you ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right, everyone in the chat, we're going to do one Starcade. This is for Mutron, dedicated to Packers, who's at work right now. And, of course, Randy's mom. I guess I got to share the screen. Let's share the screen, Bartlett. Jeez, have you ever streamed?
I was gonna say, that may
streamed
help.
before, buddy? Oh, my God.
This is Starcade, TV's first video arcade game show, starring your favorite video games and some brand new ones being introduced to the public for the first time anywhere. And now, here's your host for Starcade, Jeff Edwards.
Okay. Ooh, Jeff.
Welcome to Starcade. Here we are.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got another. Never mind. Family tag team event happening.
Because today, one of these teams is going to have
This is the best.
win their very own video arcade game. Players, you ready? Come on, let's go play Starcade. Here we go.
I love when they run. Oh, she won't run. She's like, I'm not running.
Darn nothing. Drunk again as usual.
Is it too loud, guys?
Probably.
Can you hear us over the Starcade? It's hard to tell. Let me know if it's too loud, okay, and I can turn it down.
All right, we had a traffic jam in the old California. Welcome to Star
A traffic jam in the old tunnel. Boy.
Arcade. Nice to have all of you here, and of course, nice to have our contestants here. Let's meet them right now. Your name is
Felicity O'Mara.
Felicity. Nice to know you. And yours?
Zephyr O'Mara.
Zephyr. How you doing?
Fine.
Dude,
What
that
is
kid's
the
like,
one thing that your mom Felicity gets?
Zephyr?
is that Dave Grohl? Oh my God, it is.
Old Davy.
TV too much.
Watching too much TV, huh? Yeah, I know how that is. Well, we wish you and Felicity good luck today. And your name is?
John Santo.
John, how you?
Okay.
I know somebody named just
Okay.
like you.
Really?
Yeah, this man right here. Your name?
John Santo.
Nice to see the two of you.
Oh, Jeff. Jeff holds the mic in front of the kid, and the kid just gets this big waft of like booze, and he's like, "Oh my God, you smell like my grandfather!" Like, disgusting.
You must be a junior then.
Yes, I am.
Well, you know what? You're going to stand on your own today. You can drop the junior.
Okay.
Okay, you guys. As you know, our contestants are matched up based on their ability in playing today's games. And one of the team here is going to have a chance to win this fabulous video arcade game. It is Black Widow today.
Black Widow.
So you team shake hands and get
Can
ready
I
to
see
go
it?
play
Like-
Starcade. Let's head to the
Black
podium.
Widow?
And while they head over there, Kevin, tell us what 5 games they're going to
All
have.
right,
to
let's
deal
check out
with.
the games.
Today's games include munching, bumping, flapping, jumping, and zapping, starting with Super Pac-Man. And the great one is back Super Side. Then it's Bump and Jump, a frantic, bumpy, jumpy run.
All right, bump and jump.
Time Pilot, and
Time
you're
Pilot.
caught in a
Time Pilot's
time
pretty good.
warp. And then Joust, a flap over beastie eggs.
I
Finally,
think we
Soul-
talked about Joust before. I'm not a fan of Joust.
Yeah, we both have two of the same one-ups. So we both have the Midway and the Pac-Man. So we have Super Pac-Man and we have Joust on our arcades there. I don't even think I've played Super Pac-Man. You know what? It's funny. I played like Dig Dug and stuff on that one, but out of the Pac-Mans, I think I've just played like the regular Pac-Man.
Yeah, I don't like Joust. Not a good game.
You don't like those floaty games. Yeah, you're saying that you don't like Balloon Fight out of those.
Yeah,
NES
Balloon
games.
Fight. When I was playing the Nintendo World Championship, I don't like that game either. Yeah,
Or
just the way they control the floaty controls. I can't.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Kevin. Those are today's 5 games. All of you had a chance to play them before today's show. One of them, as you know, is a mystery game. You pick it in the first 3 games, and a valuable prize is automatically yours. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is ask Kevin to whisper the name of the mystery game to our home audience. Kev?
Our mystery game today is Joust.
There we go.
Joust.
That dad, he looks so scared. He's like, oh man.
Being on
You know-
TV is very different back then, right? Like nowadays, you get a camera, everybody can just like be on the internet, and, like our dumb faces here.
Do you guys
But, like
think
back then?
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine. Especially, I think we said this before. Especially when you're like a kid, being in a television studio playing games that you probably haven't played before on the stage, and you got a drunken Jeff Edwards with the mic in his hand, like saying, "Come on, everybody, let's get going."
Know what it is now, and it's up to us to guess. I'm going to ask you a question, O'Meara's and Santos. The first one to buzz in gets to answer the question. Answer correctly.
He's definitely, like,
You'll pick the
slurring
first
his words,
video game,
too.
Oh,
video arcade game
he
we're going
is,
to play.
yeah.
Everybody ready?
Later,
Answer
Destro.
buzzers.
See you,
Here's the
Destro.
question. What flavor is the ice cream on the first level of Food Fight? Is it A, vanilla, or B, chocolate?
Stupid. Come on. What's the flavor of ice cream in the first level of Food Fight? Vanilla or chocolate? They should have. Do you think they should have to say what it is and not guess? Wouldn't that
Yeah,
be
but I
better?
think if you're making kids do it, and obviously the parents don't know.
Oh, so you're saying the O'Mara family or the Santos family? You don't think the mother or the father of those kids plays games?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I would agree.
Santos.
Vanilla.
Vanilla is right. Yeah.
He's like 50-50, baby.
I thought you were going to say chocolate, John. It looked like you were going to say chocolate.
Oh.
Vanilla was right. So you get to pick the first game. Which of those 5 games would you like to start off with?
I'll choose Zor.
The dad looks like he's what's his name? James Brolin from like Amityville Horror.
Zor
Kinda,
is
yeah.
the game. And to find out how to play that game, we'll ask our own Zorhead.
Zorhead.
That's
okay, Jeff. I heard you Zor in your sleep. I am Zor. I am alone. All of my comrades have been shot down, but the Federation is not yet defeated. I am here, and I am not afraid. My craft
Have you ever
is
played
swift,
this one? I never
I'm
played this game.
sure,
It
and
looks
I can
alright.
maneuver to the left, to the right, up and down, and score.
The
points on
thing
the
is,
enemy.
yeah, you know, like there's so many of those top-down shooters back in the day that
Yeah, it's tough. They all start to blend together.
yeah, they're all kind of just the same, and they're all right, but they're pretty not great, you know.
Installation
I was just
shift
thinking
to
that too,
flank.
Cutthroat. Like, how fast is that going? Do you see how fast like some of those levels are going?
I can even taunt them.
Different
and score by
reflexes
touching
back then,
down
buddy.
Momentarily on their airstrips. We are not defeated as long as I, Zor.
Yeah, that's
still
fast, man.
fly.
Look at that.
All right,
Yeah,
John
right?
Jr. and John Sr. are going to have 50 seconds to play Zor. Which one of you is going to play the game? Why did you pick Zor?
It's the best game that I've played here.
All right,
Okay,
just,
kid, you're
give
not
you a
gonna
little
make it in
hint,
show
and,
business.
Felicity and Zephyr, you might want to listen to. The lower Zor flies, the faster he attacks. So it's a little tougher down there, but you can score more points.
Okay.
All right, you have 50 seconds. John Sr., you can cheer him on. Get ready. Whoa. Don't lose me here. Get ready. Get set.
Fell off the stage.
Here we go.
Look at this insanity.
Hey, doesn't that seem fast?
That's fast.
Oh,
Dead,
too bad.
like-
43 seconds. Plenty of time, John.
Look at it.
Low and fast. All right, shooting up a storm. Look out. Good. 35 seconds.
This is a fake crowd. No.
The dad's sitting there like, yo, doing good, fun. Shoot those things.
No, too bad.
It was his weekend. He's gonna take the kid to Starcade.
15 seconds.
The game looks very generic.
Now you got some score. Now you're picking up 8 seconds to go, and that's going to do.
You know what? I guess I'm just kind of glad. Rub end. I guess I'm kind of just glad that it's not a space shooter, since that seemed to be everything from that era.
2,580.
She
you ran
sees
out
getting
of
motion
ships there,
sickness.
John.
It
What do you
is
think?
like with the low refresh rate and how fast that thing is moving. I can see how that like would probably look pretty bad.
Oh my God, Josh, why didn't I piece it together before? You are Jimmy. You're the wizard. Oh my God, dude, it's amazing. Yeah, that's a little fast. A little fast for me. It's giving you motion sickness. Yeah, I mean it's still like for back in the day. It's a pretty good capture though. Like it looks good, but
Well,
What do you think, John?
I think he was nervous.
Okay, let's head back. Let's find
you're
out
gonna
what
get the old
happened.
axe if you
Santos,
keep
come
it
down.
up, Amityville style.
Sorry. I meant the old mirrors. Zephyr, how you doing? All right. Felicity, you're going to have to come down just a little faster because we only have a half an hour show today. Okay? You want to turn around, please, both of you?
Wow. I like how she's still just sauntered up. Like, screw you, man.
Oh, we gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. It's so good.
Santos, come down. Sorry. I meant the old mirrors. Zephyr, how you doing? All right. Felicity, you're going to have to come down just a little faster because we only have a half an hour show today. Okay? You want to turn around, please, both of you? And who is going to play Zor?
Oh my God, he yelled at her.
Zephyr is going to play Zor. Okay, Zephyr, you watched what happened, did you?
yeah.
Do you think he was
Remember, if
joking?
you fly low, you attack faster. Fly
I don't
high,
know.
you attack slower, but a little easier up there.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready to go?
You seem
All
pretty
right,
rude
let's turn
about
around.
it.
If you come over here,
I don't know if
Felicity,
he was
you can
joking or not.
On your mark.
Oh, she's not
Set.
happy. Oh my God. She's calling, she's friends with Randy's mom. She's gonna call her. That guy smelled like whiskey and failure.
Play.
Yeah, Matt says she don't give a lip.
A lot of explosions. Haven't hit anything yet. There you go.
But she definitely doesn't want to be there. She's just like, I don't know. Little Zephyr wanted to play some video games today.
Little Zephyr, this poor kid. He changed his name.
Go.
When he's like 19, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna be Ted now.
They got you again. You have one more shot at about 25 seconds. Zephyr, got to hit something. No, too bad. They got you, my friend, and that means you're out of business right now. Come on up here, Felicity. Only 80 points.
He ran out of lives. He didn't even run out of time. He ran out of lives. He got 80 points. Oh my god. Well, the kid's like 4. Look at.
It's not even a chance. There's no chance. This is it. Call it now. Save him the embarrassment.
So do we got? Is she a deadbeat mom? Do you think? I don't know. I feel bad.
I don't think she's a deadbeat mom because she obviously still brought him, but I feel like she just does not want to be there.
Yeah, I secondhand embarrassment when Jeff scolded her. Poor Felicity. She's calling Randy's mom. I swear, she's like, yeah, it's not a good show to be on. Don't ever bring Randy back.
Bit of bad luck. We'll be back in a minute. You can't play it anymore. We'll be back in a minute to see who gets to choose the next game right here on Starkid.
They're just the boy Everlong. Who's that guy? He's only there out of guilt. He called her Big Pepper. What does that mean? That's a really Pepper lyric, isn't it? What's a
Some
Zephyr?
of the Starcade staff stays at the beautiful Pacific Plaza Hotel, a small.
Okay,
Grand
come
Lux
on.
hotel in the
Okay, this is the best
European
part.
Edition, 1 block.
This is the best part. So this is when we get to see the prizes. Oh, come on. Bionic chair. Come on, let's
From
go.
Union Square in San Francisco. The Starcade audience travels by way of Trailways bus lines. No bus, plane, or
You got a
train gets
dirty
you
old
there cheaper than
Greyhound.
Trailways. So go big red, go Trailways.
Zephyr is the name of a color? Is it?
The grand prize today on
Okay.
Starcade is the video arcade game Black Widow. The spiders
Isn't the
that live
lyric,
in this
like,
game of
fly away
bugs
on my
as the
Zephyr?
Black Widow pursues them all, blitzing
Think?
them out of her web. It's the Black Widow furnished by Atari. And now back to Starcade with
Yeah,
Jeff
Black
Edwards.
Widow.
Thanks,
I
Kevin.
don't think I ever played that
Well,
one.
Amiras, you had a little rough time with Zora there, but let's see what the score is after the first game. The Amiras have 80 points. Santos with 2,580. All right, Santos, you're in the
Little
lead.
one-sided.
One more game to be played in this round. The total points scored in both games will determine who gets to play the
Poor
name of
Zephyr.
the game board. Amiras, you want to answer this
80
question? Because I'm
points!
sure you'd like to choose the next game we're going to play. All right, hands on buzzers.
Oh, the
There
poor
are two
kid.
flags in the upper screen of Puyan.
Oh, the poor
The left one tells you what screen number you're playing. What does the other one tell you? A, the number of wolves left to kill in that round, or B, the number of pigs left? Santos.
The number of wolves.
Number of wolves. Right you are. Okay, John. That means you get to pick the game. Which one of those games to the left you want to play?
Bump and jump.
Bump and jump.
Yeah,
Okay, bump
let's
and
do
jump
it, buddy.
is. Now let's find out how
John's
bump
on
and
it,
jump
man.
goes.
80
We'll ask Kevin.
points.
It's time to put the pedal to the metal and roll
Poor
on down
Zephyr.
the speedway. Or if you'd rather, fly on down
Oh,
the
he went on
speedway,
to form
because you're
Foo
not
Fighters,
driving
so
a regular car.
he's laughing now.
Yours can jump
That's
over
true.
as well as go around cars and other hazards you'd otherwise run into. Watch out for the rocks. Push your way
Bumping
through the
nothings.
cars and jump when you can't drive, because you're a bump and jump away from winning.
I don't know. I remember like.
All right, bump and jump it is. Now, John Jr., you played the last game. Zor.
See ya,
John
Jet.
Senior,
Take
it's up
care,
to you
brother.
this time. You ready to go?
I'm all set.
I'll give you a couple of hints about bump and jump, and you might want to listen to Amiras. Stay as close to center as you can. Keep your speed up to about 100, and if you jump, and it looks like you're going to go in the drink, you can just veer to the left a little bit and land on the narrow road. Okay?
Okay, thank
All right, well, wish you good luck. You have 50 seconds to play this game. Ready, get set, play. Okay, there we go. Now throws cars into the side if you can.
All right. Does Dad actually play games or not? We're gonna find out.
Well, we didn't think Randy's mom did, but she did. So I'm gonna say yeah. What do you guys think of that? I'm gonna say he does it
There
right.
you go.
I mean, his poor kid, 80 points. Come on, man.
See a jump coming up shortly.
Not gonna cut it.
18 seconds. Be careful. There, jump. No.
Oh,
Didn't make the jump.
no.
12 seconds to go. Might have time for a little more. 10 seconds. Here we go.
Get them
5
points on the
more.
board.
Yeah. Knock him into the side if you can. Jump. Good jump. 1,840. 1,840.
There you go.
Okay, John.
There you go.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Same amount of tension
Not
going on the
bad.
freeway.
Better
right?
than my useless
All right,
kid
head on
did.
back, and we'll bring the mirrors down.
Frogger and Cars, yeah, kind of.
All
Yeah.
right, Felicity and Zephyr. Now, Zephyr, you played the last game. I know you want to watch it, but turn your head out here, will you, Zephyr? All
Oh,
right,
no,
my
she's
friend.
moving.
You played the
We
last
got a
game.
talking to by
Felicity,
the,
you're up this time. Now, I understand on Robotron.
Was it
you
the
got how
crew,
many
the
points?
studio crew management? I don't know.
2,765,000.
Wow, so you're not just along for the ride, are you?
Oh, she does play
No.
games.
All right, Felicity
Uh-oh.
is a game player. All right, on this one, you
Dude,
heard the hints
she's-
that I gave to them.
okay, what's she on? She's on something too. We got to go back. Hey, look at this guy.
What's going on, Chad?
Chat with the $10 super chat. Yo, Sunday. Hey there, good gentlemen, and everyone in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for supporting the channel, man.
The Super Chad.
Super Chad in the super chat. What's going on? Yeah, we had a little bit of extra time after the Wiz. So Mutron is for Mutron. He wanted to watch some Starcade, so we're doing some commentary on that. Okay, let's listen to her. Will, you tell me if you think she's on something, maybe.
You're up this time. Now, I understand on Robotron, you got how many points?
2,765,000.
Wow, so you're not just along for the ride, are you?
No.
All right, Felicity is a game player. All right, on this one, you heard
Maybe
the hints
not.
that I
Maybe
gave
she's
to
just
them.
nervous.
No, I don't think so.
You'll have 50 seconds to play it and a chance to score some points here.
Maybe she's just
All right,
nervous.
ready?
Yeah.
It's set. Play.
She's
good.
episode
That's her
84.
play. Way to go.
That kid, the kid's he's not real good, is he?
30 seconds.
You gotta jump them, dude. Jump. Hit the button.
Got that one. Good. Got another one. Jump coming up.
She only knows Robotron. She doesn't know Bump and Jump.
Yo,
Oh, whoa.
Robotron's
Okay.
way harder than this.
Jump. Made the jump. Yes, made the
Oh,
jump.
her score's going up. She already beat the dad.
I can't tell with the low def. I can't see the score.
I think the dad only got 1,800.
2,664. Head on back. Come on, Zephyr.
Oh, I
Head on
thought that
back.
was
We're gonna
him
add
that
up
was
all the
playing.
scores
That
and
was
find out
her.
who's gonna play
Okay.
the name of the game board.
There you go. There you go.
Both teams had a chance
Let's
to
go.
play Zora
Garage.
and Bump and Jump, and now one team
Oh,
is going to
are
play
you
for
just
a
saying
very
thank you, or
special
you're
prize.
hitting it?
We're going to total up the scores from both games to see who gets to play the name of the game
Oh,
board.
you're welcome, buddy.
Ramirez, you caught up a
We're
little
still
bit. Your
here.
score
Thanks for
is
hanging out.
2,744.
Always good to have you.
Santos, your score is 4,420. You guys are still in the lead. Come on down here.
This is getting a little bit closer.
Okay, John and John. That's
John
perfect
and John.
position there. Behind
Double
you is
J.
the name
Okay,
of
here
the
we
game
go.
board. We're going to
Come on,
show
Willie.
you
Hands
4
on
video
buzzers.
games. If you name the games correctly, you win a marvelous prize. Who's going to
Oh,
go
I'm
first?
so bad at these.
Big John will go first. All right, then you go in order. Then Big
Which
John.
John?
and
They're
little
both
John.
John.
Turn around, please. In the
Big
upper
John.
left-hand screen, is that Omega Race or Sinistar?
I don't know. Can't see. It's blurry.
Sinistar. Sinistar is right. Good, John. Screen number 2, is that Tutankhamun or Dungeons and Dragons?
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
Come.
Tutankhamun is right. Good. Screen number 3,
Oh, Frogger.
is that Frog Race or Frogger? Frogger. Frogger is right. And screen number 4, is that Gyrus or Galaga?
Galaga.
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 No,
Galaga.
yes, Gallagher's right. Yes, you are right. Good for you. You got all 4. I'm proud of you. Big
Where's the
John. You're all right
prizes?
there. Let's find out what Kevin has in store for you, Kev.
It's a White's metal detector featuring ground exclusion balance to help you locate coins.
I'm out.
jewelry, and
Metal
precious metals
detector.
while excluding mineralized soil. A metal detector.
Well, the dad's like, oh my God, this is the best day of my life. And then the kid's like, really? Like, I can't have an Atari or something? Like, you're going to give me the kid can't even lift that thing.
The hell? You're in a video game competition. You give him a metal detector?
And on top of that, there's 2 of them. So you're going to give like dad and son one each, or you're just going to do one? A metal detector. I actually have that. You have the White's metal detector from 1983.
Did you win it from Starcade?
Oh yeah, we forgot Josh's Jimmy. I forgot.
From White's Electronics.
Thank you,
White
Kevin.
Electronics.
Congratulations to both of you, and we'll be back in a minute to play
Congrats,
the final
you
round
guys
of
got
Starcade.
a metal
And see who has a
detector.
chance to win their own video
Maybe you
arcade.
can find a video game. The Blender's next, maybe.
Well, let's see. Here we are at round number 2. This is the big challenge. Only one game left to play. This time, only 40 seconds to play it.
Let's
After that,
go.
we're going to total up all the scores on all the games, and we're going to find out who's going to get a chance to win that Black Widow
Is that,
video
oh my
arcade
god, you know what
game.
that kid? He looks like friggin' Dexter. Does he not?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Dude, it's Dexter.
Yeah, I can see
Mirrors,
that.
you need some points here, so good luck on getting this question. Of course, Santos have an equal chance at it. Hands on buzzers. The hamburger buns on the first screen of Burger Time are A, sesame seed buns, B, plain buns. Santos.
Sesame seed.
Yes, John. You've had a chance at choosing the game every single time. Now, if we look up there, we see we have Joust and Time Pilot and Super Pac-Man, and the mystery game has yet
Play
to
Super
be found.
Pac-Man.
So let's see what happens.
Time
now. What
Pilot.
game are you going to choose?
Joust.
Joust. That's the mystery game.
This kid sucks.
And he got the secret game.
Oh, boy, John, this is your lucky
All right,
day.
Johns.
Let's find out
Job,
Kevin, what you
Johns.
won.
What do you win?
It's Sicey, Sensor Chest.
These are the worst prizes. Who wants these?
Sicey's sensor chest. Okay, look. I'm just saying. No. Bring back the bionic chair. Or, you know what? That block of wood that you put the 2600 stick in to hold it steady. I would rather have that than this.
Yeah, why not give this kid like an Atari or something?
Because you can't play you can't play against the computer because you physically still have to move the piece. Who wants sensor chess?
No, that's what I
Anyone?
mean though. Like the prizes, they're awful.
Yes, Chad said it. Radio Shack prizes, 100%. 100%.
Of intelligent chess and the performance of the
good.
computer in a compact package. Sicey's provides 8 levels of strategic play
No
from
good.
the beginner to the advanced player. Sicey's.
And congratulations to both of you. Now, let's get down to business, and we'll ask Kevin how you play Joust.
Ah.
Jousting is not a game.
Rather than
Jousting is a
calculator
way of
fine.
life, sire.
I
Ride
wanted
proudly
electronic
on
chess
thy
when I was a
ostrich,
kid, but I was
toppling
an
thy
nerd.
opponents
Dude, we were
from
all
their
nerds,
mounts.
but I
Strike
don't
them
know.
soundly from the top, then grab up the
Ah,
edges of the knob before
Joust.
they can
Think of a
hatch into
kid's
more
mind.
foes.
I don't know. I wouldn't have
Flap thy
wanted it.
wings to avoid danger and enter into the manly sport of
Okay.
jousting. Thy
Will doesn't like these kind of floaty games. So I'm going to say if you had to pick, Will, Joust or Balloon Fight, what would you like? You had to play it for like 10 minutes straight. Which one would you pick?
Balloon fight.
Wow, you hate Joust.
games
He hates
are
Atari. You heard it first.
Okay,
Right
well,
here.
Kevin puts his head
At
back
least,
in
like, I
his
feel
hands.
like there's
John
some
and John,
sort of
each you to play the
progression
game. Who's gonna
in
play this
Balloon
one?
Fight.
Yeah,
But
I am.
Joust just
Okay, I will
it
give
does
you some
nothing about
advice on
Joust does
Joust.
anything.
Take
for
it
me.
or not
Right.
take it, and Mirrors you can listen to. The best place to hang out in
Oh,
40
boy.
seconds is under the edges of the middle ledge. So you take a look
Chad
at that,
says
and if you can
Joust.
follow that
What's
advice
up,
or not.
Neil?
Well, we wish you good luck.
Let's
Okay?
prize a calculator.
Okay.
I would
All
be
right,
more
you have
happy with
40
that.
seconds to play Joust. Ready? Get set. Play.
Go, John.
Here you go. Okay, you decided
I like
to
the
go for
vector
top?
graphics of Joust, though. That's dumb, I think.
Ninja
Or is
kick
it
the
all-
damn rabbit.
Oh, good.
Is it all vector?
Picking him up. 20
remember.
seconds.
Sorry, Cutthroat. It's not cool.
All right. Watch it. Here they come at you.
To me, anyway. I've never liked Joust. I don't know why. Just never one of those games just never clicked with me.
I would do Balloon Fight too, but Balloon Fight's one of my favorite. For like the black box stuff. But not in NWC. I don't like it in NWC. I like it on its own.
John, 4,000
Those time
points.
trials
Head
in
on back.
NWC are
Big
rough.
John, you go
It's
with
not
them.
fun.
And here come Felicity
For that
and
game.
Zephyr.
I kind of wish she like shoulder charged into the dad, just like get out of the way.
She ran that
Bam.
time. She wasn't dilly dallying that time.
Each play the game. Who's going to play this one?
Me.
You're going to play it. Did you hear the advice I gave John?
Yeah.
You going to follow it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We'll see how you do. You need some points here. You
Okay.
guys are
Can I
behind.
make an
Flip.
observation, guys? He's a little too young to be on the show.
I think so.
Like he's barely forming words. I know he's nervous because he's on TV, but come on, I think he's a little young to be on the show. The mom's looking at the cameraman again. Look,
Because that's how they all did it. Like you've seen old pictures, everybody always looks at the camera, like arms to their side.
I feel like you're not supposed to look at the camera until like The Office came out, and then it was like the thing to look at the camera because you know the camera's there, right?
Yeah.
But back then, it's like you weren't supposed to look at the camera. She looked at the camera, Ray.
Felicity, you come
I
over
think
here.
the
Please,
camera
you can
guy's
cheer
trying to
John-
pick up the mom.
Excuse me,
That's what I
Zephyr
think.
on. Ready? Get set. Play. Here we go.
Oh, it's a way faster than moon fight.
Got one. Did you get that A? Look out behind you.
Watch out! Oh,
Zephyr, what are you doing? Zephyr?
Ah, there you are.
come on, buddy, you got this. Yeah, there you go. There's two down.
Ah, you got the A. Good.
Oh, you know what? He did better than the first time.
Here comes the
Yeah,
survival A.
80 points is a little rough. Oh, 3, 2, 1. There's 3 people in the
That's it,
audience.
Zeph. 3,000 points. Okay, let's head on back. We'll head on back. We're going to total up all the score.
Okay, are you guys going for Zephyr's mom or are you going for the Johns? Let's hear it in the chat right now. Will, who are you going for?
I feel like we should have done that in the beginning because I feel like the score-wise, the Johns are going to be winning.
But when you're me, like I don't even remember who's winning, so whatever.
No.
I'll say I'm gonna go for Zephyr's mom. I gotta the Zephyr team, Team Zephyr.
And find out who's going to take Black Widow home with them, or at least who's going to have a shot at doing that. As your mirrors take their
Zephyr's
places,
new
we
stepdaddy.
total
You want
their
the camera
scores,
guy?
and we find out that Felicity and
Randy's
Zephyr
mom's
have a total
boyfriend.
of 5,744, and the Santos have 8,420. You guys are the
Yeah, it
winners.
wasn't even close.
Congratulations to John and John Jr. and Felicity and Zephyr. Sorry you didn't
And
win,
then
but
he
we have
grew
some
up to
nice
be
gifts for you, and
Dexter.
thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
Hope
Look
you
at
had a
him.
good time. And now you
Tonight's
two
the
are the
night.
big winners, and something special is waiting for you, Kev.
It's the Aquarius Compact from Mattel Electronics.
What? What the? Like you get everything but this is a computer, I guess, but look
Yeah,
at
that's still better than the other prizes, I think.
look at this thing. The Aquarius home computer system. Okay, who has one of these? Josh, you got one.
Are
Matt's
those like
got
controllers
one.
on the side?
Den's got one. I think so. I think this is like, for me, just being ignorant back then of any kind of computers, I would have looked at this and been like, I don't understand. Like, you got a tape player, you got a printer thing, you got this other thing, and then you got
There's
the
like
other.
no monitor. What are you looking at?
I don't get it. What is this? What is this? This prize? Oh, you said it, buddy. Look at this. This prize sucks. Yeah. Those are controllers. Those are like in television controllers. They have those weird disc things.
A complete home computer system with a keyboard, a
Do you
printer,
think they're
a
going to
game
win the
recorder,
arcade?
and
You
a
think they're going to
memory
win the
expander
Black Widow?
packed together to perform
I'm
together
going to say,
from Mattel
I'm going to
Electronics.
be positive. I'm going to say
And
yes.
not only that,
I'm gonna
you
say
won
no.
the
How
right
many
to play
people have
for a
actually won
grand
the
prize,
arcade?
Your own video arcade game. We'll do
Do
that
you have
for
a
you.
theory that this was like rigged back in the day?
Look at Jeff. He's leading again. Was it rigged? I don't think so. What I do think, though, Will, is I think that prizes were based on maybe if they filmed like whatever 5 shows a week or 10 shows a week. I think that if the previous shows cleaned up, I think the prizes got worse. I'm just saying to make up. I'm just saying because they're not giving away those computers every week.
Yeah.
I guess
It's not the price is right, you know.
It's all sponsorship, but still.
Some of our contestants and some members of the studio audience will receive from UMI Word Feud, the competitive word search game that involves the whole family. It's irresistible fun for everyone. UMI software for family home entertainment.
What is it? What is it? Did you see the logo?
Umi?
Word Feud from UMI.
Word
And
Feud?
Trigger Command, the joystick making America trigger happy.
Oh, it's exciting.
You gotta find one of those now. Trigger Command.
Trigger Command.
That logo is pretty good though.
Dude,
I have to admit, that's a pretty good logo.
we found a new cool guy controller. Trigger Command.
Yeah, now that Bishu's dead.
Yeah, we go into these places. We ask for Bishu. They look at us like we have lobsters crawling out of our ears. But imagine we go into these stores, and you got, Willie puffing his chest out, goes up to the counter, and is like, "Yo, you got Trigger Command?" They'll be like, "Call the cops." They're like, "What are you talking about?" dude. Like,
This guy's here to rob us. Get out.
well, we got like the turbo stick and we got the NES Advantage. No. That's not gonna do for me. You got trigger command. Cops, hello.
Comfort, pistol grip, and trigger action. The thumbless approach to higher scores. The Trigger command joystick from Electra Concepts.
And welcome
Well, all
back
right.
to Starcade.
I liked it.
Well,
That was the
John
highlight
and
of the
John,
show.
Now
Trigger
comes the
command.
big challenge. This is a chance to win your own video arcade game. Take it home to Prescott, Arizona with you if you're lucky enough. There's still 2 games left unplayed, Time Pilot and Super Pac-Man. During the commercial break, we informed you that if you picked Time Pilot, you'd have to score at least 5,910 points. If you pick Super Pac-Man, you'd have to score at least 3,436 points.
Pick
Now, those are the
Pac-Man,
average scores
please.
of more than 20 other players who played these same games. You reach your decision and you pick Time Pilot?
You reach your
Right,
decision.
Time Pilot it is. So that means if you score 5,910 points or more in 30 seconds, you're going to win our grand prize. That's Black Widow. So while Kevin tells us about Time Pilot, we'll all go over and get ready to play.
If you've ever dreamed of a
Oh my
journey
God,
through
he's the
time,
best.
get
He's
ready
so
because you're about to
hammered.
become the Time Pilot, racing your sleek jet
Oh.
at Mach speed, encountering a century of
this is the
flying
best.
machines, from the 1910 biplane to the UFOs of the future.
Matt
Rescue
says,
parachuting
didn't the
pilots
one
score
kid win the
extra
arcade
points
game last
and
time we
race
watched
through
Starcade? I think so.
100 years will pass before
Not the one with
eyes
Randy's
of
mom, the other
Time
episode we
Pilot.
watched that day.
All right, John Jr., I
Maybe.
understand you're going to play the game.
Yes, I am.
All right, everybody's wishing
I
for you
want
to
it.
get that Black Widow. You have to score 5,910 points or more in 30 seconds. This is Time Pilot. Go after those parachutes.
Okay, is he going to win? What do we
That's the way
think?
to get
Come
the
on,
points.
place your
Ready?
bets. Get your bets in.
Let's stay positive. He's gonna win this.
Set.
I
This
think
is
he's going to
Play.
win. I think he's going to win.
Going
Oh, he's letting the kid do it, too.
5,910 points in 30
It's just,
seconds.
these are the
Here we go.
molding years. The kid does this. He's going to do huge things for his career.
Oh, good hit. There's a parachute. Can you
Come
get
on, buddy. Is he going to get 5K?
it? Yes. Good for you. 10 seconds to go. You
Yeah.
have 4,000 points.
Come on.
Keep going. If you can find another parachute, you're going to get it.
No.
You've got it. You've got it. 6,000.
You did it.
All right.
John. You got yourself a Black Widow.
Let's go, John.
Look out.
Look at all these people.
We'll see you in the next arcade. This is Jeff Edwards hoping all your troubles get zapped. Bye-bye.
That's the entire audience.
All right, there you go. Dedicated to Mutron. That is Starcade. There you go. Oh, lots of fun. Those are great, and they're fun to react to. You don't really know what you're going to get into. And 84 episodes. I mean, there's a lot of Starcade to go still. But Edwards was pretty, he looked pretty, sauced. But whatever.
Yeah, he definitely seems inebriated.
Okay, it's warm in here. All right, buddy, you're streaming it too.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm on the big screen now. I didn't see. Hi. Yeah, you guys can catch me outside of just being here with Jay on Sundays and our collecting videos. I'm over on Twitch, twitch.tv/WillyLo. We play a lot of survival crafting games. Yeah, so we're playing some Ark Survival today. We got some Minecraft on the go and some Once Human this coming week. I got a full week of streaming at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because I'm making up some lost time because I'll be gone for most of September. So come on over and check it out.
And let's look at that beautiful setup to his left, our right. Look at those beautiful old consoles.
Yeah. I changed the stream room up a little bit. I added another fixture here to display all the stuff that we've been collecting on our hunts. And yeah, it's going to be added on to more. And more stuff we get, the fuller this is going to get over time.
Fan-friggin-tastic.
Yeah.
So today, I am done streaming until next Thursday, but today, my newest video will be dropping. I can't give you an exact time because there's a few tweaks I need to make, but it'll be dropping today. It's not the collecting, it's not the toy or the game hunting video, but it's my next history of, so that'll drop. And then the video after that will be Will and I's latest adventure on the road. Thank you guys for the memberships. Thank you for the super chats. You're the best. Have a good week, guys. I'll see you in a couple days. Make sure you check out the video. Leave a comment on it. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like.
Don't forget to hit that like button too.
Hit that like button. Hit all this stuff. See, this guy knows. This guy knows a lot. He knows a lot. He knows. He's mad. He's mad. I know a lot of stuff, Ruben.
Yeah,
Cool.
He knows everything.
All right, guys. And again, if you want to be on the show, I got probably 4 slots open. If you're a channel member, hit me up. We can make that happen for Sunday mornings. All right, guys. Have a good day. Make sure you watch Willie today.